so then that's like that. Start this up. Bada boom, bada bang. All right, Control Alt L. All right, there we go. Nice.
Nice.
Nice. Right? Exactly. Okay. Bada boom. And then copy this while that's doing that. Hey guys, what is up? My name's today we're going to be talking about some wonderful different techniques and stuff on monetization. Plus, also, we're going to have some other talking points about caffeine. I'm here with my good friends, Canadian Viking.
Hi.
And my good friend, Dirty Mike.
What up, hello.
Mike? How's it going? All right, so I guess first topic we are going to be talking about. Do you guys want to just hop right on into it, or do you just want to talk about?
Bro, let's go. Let's go.
Right, let's go. Let's go. Awesome. All right. So one thing I want to talk about with you guys is what about advertising? What do you think, like on our end and on Caffeine's end, what kind of advertising do you think we should be doing? What kind of advertising do you think Caffeine or how Caffeine can improve on its advertising? What do you think?
Which one of us? Either or?
Either or. Either or.
Okay, I genuinely think that. Oh, geez. Okay, that's bad. Sorry. I genuinely think that we need to just put on the best content we can, so that when people do actually show up, they have a reason to stay. Because you can advertise the best all you want, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can bring people in, but if the content's crap, they're going to leave, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
So I think more than just getting the name out there, that's what you got to do.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like, I agree 100%. I just realized I messed up on something, so I'm gonna have to restart my stream again. God dang it. Hello, Ivor, how you doing? I'm gonna have to restart the stream. Give me 1 second. I put the wrong thumbnail in there. That was my mistake. But I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Oh,
the wrong
start.
thumbnail.
I know. I put the Brawhalla one. Okay, give me a second. Boom, and then okay. All right, so then that like that, that like that. I can't believe I messed up so bad. Okay, here we go.
I'll forgive you.
I don't forgive myself. All right, here we go. Control Alt L to resume. Wait, I know we're off the air. Caffeine. All right.
Yeah, I need to pop up Caffeine too, just so I can see.
Gotcha.
Other peeps talking to you.
We love talking.
I know. We all love talking. All right, there we go. Got that working. Got that working. Bada boom, bada bang. All right. Usually, I'm more put together than this. I am doing terrible. I'm sorry, guys. Forgive me.
It's all the excitement.
I know. I was so excited. Like, I'm just so excited about it, and then I'm just messing everything up.
But, yeah, you can ask anybody in my thing. If it's voice, video, it doesn't matter. It's always one little piece of the puzzle I miss every time I go stream because I'm so excited to do it.
That's the thing, though. That's the thing. Like, you get so excited about something. It's a thing that can happen. You mess up, and you gotta just learn to roll with it. And it's not putting the right thumbnail. Whatever. I can't fix it. Okay, that's fine. So, anyways, so back to advertising. What do you think we can do to fix and whatnot? I don't know if Dirty Mike, you actually got to put your 2 cents into it or whatnot. Were you able to?
Not with like, as Caffeine advertising, I've noticed, well, that's how I was brought into it. They had some article, and I was like, ooh, Caffeine. And I think that's when it was about 60 days or so, when, like, the big explosion, a lot of people came in, was because of that particular article. So that was great. I've noticed it through Facebook and other few little things, like, maybe it's because I've joined Caffeine and it's part of my Google searches to where now it's showing up in my own personal stuff, but I've noticed them doing a lot. So like on Caffeine's standpoint, I've seen where they have tagged people that are streaming. I know that we have, as us, advertising them. So, as a collective, if I have 200 people, you got 500, this person has 1,000, we tagging them through our social media is allowing 10, 15, 20,000 people to be like, oh, hey, there's this other service. So, in that aspect, them tagging us tagging them, it's just all about pushing.
Yeah.
But yeah,
go on, sorry.
but other than that, that's the best that we can do
Mm-hmm.
for them. Them, it's a money thing for other people.
Yeah.
Uh, you
Yeah.
know,
Definitely.
paying out, to advertise in certain places and whatnot. But I mean, other than that, it's, for us to advertise, let's say maybe us,
Yeah.
I think the best way to do that is getting in with other people. Discord's a huge thing.
Definitely.
Self-promoting, that's how
Mhm.
we advertise us,
Yep.
is through that. Make
And by
friends.
advertising, and networking's like the big thing. You got to network with people and stuff like that.
Yeah, you
I-
do. You have to be kind to everyone too, because the moment you start burning bridges, you're never going to make it in this
Exactly.
platform.
Exactly. I agree 100%. 100%. Like the thing too is like if you don't network, if you don't do these kind of things, if you don't try to post your stuff as many places as you can, you're not going to grow not only yourself but also Caffeine. You have to actually take an active step into trying to grow a website like this. It's not like Twitch, it's not like YouTube and stuff like that. You as the streamer need to do your own advertising and stuff like that, because there isn't a multitude of people on this website right now, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and you got to remember, like, you are the product, right? So
Exactly. At the end of the day, you are the product. You got to represent yourself. You got to advertise yourself. I was totally mixing up my words there. Great. But okay, so the next topic, while I'm trying to get things ready. Hey Jericho, what up? How you doing? All right, Dignified Rain, what up? Sorry I haven't said hi to many people yet. I'm still trying to post a few links in a few different places. Speaking of sharing and advertising. But let me oh wait. Hello?
Yep.
Hello. Okay, hi. I don't know why for some reason it exited out of Discord, so I was like, no. Okay. So, next question is drumroll. So basically, okay, we did a little bit about advertising. So monetization. What are some? What do you think about the monetization now? Canadian Viking. I know you know probably the most out of anyone what they're planning to do ish.
well, I have an idea what they're going to.
Idea. Yeah, that's the right word. Sorry. So what's the idea again? Run it by me.
From what I can gather, okay.
Yep.
They want to receive payment from game developers, okay.
Mm-hmm.
When a new game comes out, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then, in a way, somehow divvy that up among streamers who are playing said game from developer, and then split it between, I don't know, maybe how many viewers they have, watch time, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Mm-hmm. My question though is like, how would they? So they're getting the money from the developer, but then they're giving the money back to the developer, or how are they? Like, I'm just trying to figure.
This is just what I heard. I don't know like details of how it would work, but that's just what I know.
Well, no, I know. I get that. I was just trying to figure out like how it would work. You know what I mean? Like how. Anyone have any ideas on how that would work?
Okay, so let's say a game developer gives Caffeine 10 grand, and then Caffeine doles out, splits up, takes 5 of that grand and splits up among the streamers. They keep the 5 grand. So there you go. There's profit to them. Developer wins because they get publicity, and streamer wins because they get some.
Okay.
That makes a little more sense.
Bit more sense. Yeah. What do you think about that, Dirty Mike?
Like I said, that makes a little more sense. At first, I couldn't figure out where the money was coming from because they didn't want to actually like get it from ad revenue. That was kind of the first thing that they were talking about. So that's where I was confused. I was like, where is the money coming from? But yeah, I mean, if you're going to get it from a developer and then push it back,
said they want to make sure there's no ads.
Yeah, and I mean, I totally respect that, but at the same time, there's got to be something, there's got to be like, I don't know, I can't, like, my mind can't grasp that idea, like I don't know. I come from like YouTube and stuff, and we're used to Google AdSense and stuff like that. Chaos Theory, what up? So, are you able to answer this or no? Okay, there's people supporting Ayla. Alia Patreon? There's people supporting people. Oh, okay. So is it going to work like Patreon then? Or I'm confused. Chaos Theory, do you know a little bit about this? I mean, I know you work at Caffeine. So do you know how, like, in theory, this monetization program is going to work or no?
Or are you able to at least tell us?
Yes. Sorry. Yeah. Because I'm not quite sure. We're trying to understand it. I am slow.
And the people want to know. They do. They very much do.
I mean, a lot of people are definitely throwing out ideas and stuff like that, but I think it's mostly just rumors going around and stuff. You know what I mean? I mean, we want to kind of clear the air a little bit. That's the whole reason why we're doing this podcast. Well, one of the reasons.
And if you could even tell us what it's not, that would be cool too.
Yes. We want the true facts, says Buzzax.
We can handle the truth.
But I do understand and respect if you can't say anything, because like on that front, because I do understand like you are trying to compete with Twitch and other places as well, and that might expose a little too much or something like that. I don't know. But meanwhile, while we wait for a response, or if he does not decide to respond, it's not ads or subs. Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
So Caffeine's going to remain ad-free, which is good to know.
Yep. Yes, good to know. All right, so next question, while we're going to go into this one. Bada boom. Hold on. Discord open. Hey, Night Spray, what up? How you doing? All right, so ideas for alternatives for monetization for people like you and I, all of us streamers and whatnot. If a website doesn't have, like Caffeine currently does not have a monetization program, how can streamers like us make some money while we wait for Caffeine to bring in their own monetization program? I'm going to start it off with Dirty Mike this time. You have any ideas?
Who? I guess we won't be dirty about it, but like most streamers that are out there doing whatever, they always, even like the smaller people on YouTube, Twitch, like that, they say that most of their income doesn't actually come from the platform that they're using.
Well, it's all third-party systems.
Yes.
Yeah, you want to, you know, if you're big enough and people are following you, you know, have merch, make a little money off merch. You want to have, you know, sponsors and affiliates. You know, if you're somebody that's doing reviews, you know, you want to put up with Amazon and be like, hey, this is the item I'm reviewing. If you like it, buy it here. You know, make sure you use my thing.
Yep.
And, you know, if somebody likes it, they're going to buy it. You're going to get a little cut. And it's like, you know, that's where it's at. Then they have, you know, your other programs where you know, instead of using Steam, you use a plethora of other places like Humble Bundle or Indie Gala or Instant Gaming.
I get you, BuzzX.
To where you're like, hey, I can get this game cheaper. Great. Now you become an affiliate. Now you let other people know that, hey, you can get this game cheaper. Now you're getting a cut, which, you know, there's just tons of things out there. And everybody wants, you know, to have their product, you know, where everybody knows that they're even a thing. So it's like everyone's giving out affiliate program stuff. And it's like, why not take advantage?
Like, I feel like that's a very good point. Like, affiliate links, people underestimate the power of affiliate links. There are affiliate links for every niche, everything. So, for example, like us gamers right now, okay? We could get an affiliate program done with, all right, talk to you later, BuzzX. We can get an affiliate link done with, like, Amazon. We can get affiliate link for PCs parts and whatnot. We can get affiliate links for a lot of different products and a lot of different things that are related to gaming. And you can make money off of that kind of thing. You know what I mean?
And even,
what do you think? Oh,
I was just saying, even the weird stuff, like one of the places that I have as a sponsor is a coffee place, because as a gamer, you need to stay up. So it's like, sometimes you got to think outside the box. It doesn't have to be physically gaming. It could just be,
related,
you know,
in some way.
Just something that gamers do. Or maybe someone's like, I'm selling eyeliner, but if gaming industry with cosplay and stuff like that, they still might actually sponsor you in some way if you're, you know, big enough to support that. I mean, so, you know, you definitely got to think outside the box and look even elsewhere that you could get something in a place you never thought would have actually given it to you.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like, that is one of the main things too, is you always gotta, I guess in a way, that's why we're called content creators, because we always have to think outside the box and we have to be creative with the content that we're doing. You know what I mean? and how we can try to, in a way, make some monetization off of that kind of thing. So Canadian Viking, what do you think? I started out with Mike, so now I'm going to go to you. What do you think?
Fine. But streamers will being able to make money?
Yeah, basically alternative ways of monetization on your channel. Like, for example, Caffeine doesn't have a monetization program at the moment. We don't know when that's going to come out, but I mean, it would definitely be awesome if it came out sometime soon. But what do you think?
I definitely think anything that the streamer could find or do that is in a way related to the channel. Like, don't try to make money off of third-party platforms that have nothing to do with your channel. Okay?
Yeah.
If you're some guy playing Super Mario speed runs, like, why would you start trying to make affiliate marketing off of like protein shakes? You get what I mean?
Yeah, I guess. Unless you want to try to get unless you're doing like a challenge thing with exercise. I don't know. I mean, I've seen people do that on YouTube too. Chaos says they're pretty close. They promise. They're pretty close.
Now, my question with that though is, are they going to update Caffeine's functionality and everything before the monetization implementation, or are they doing that first is what I want to know.
Mutton plays. What up, my boy? That's something I would like to know too. Like, okay, this is something I was going to ask Caffeine, but I'm going to ask you guys, seeing as Caffeine is not going to be able to be in the broadcast today, sadly. But I'm going to ask you guys this one question. And the one question I have is Caffeine more focused? Most of the focus has been building the monetization system. Gotcha. Okay. But something will have to change along with it. Please, Chaos Theory, if you know who is in charge of the what were we talking about yesterday, Dirty Mike? The description, like how long the description is, please.
Oh yeah.
Please get that longer.
Yeah, that needs to be longer for sure.
Our profile needs to be longer than a standard Twitter.
Because we can have what, like seven lines, if that.
Like basically everybody has enough, because you want everybody for the most part has a Discord, so you can put that. Everybody wants to make money, so they have their Streamlabs or whatever, so you can put that and only one other thing,
yes,
and that's it. That's the most you can express about yourself is those things. You can't say anything else about yourself after that. That's just enough for 3 links, and that's it. So it would be nice to have a little more, so people can get to know you more and just not the links. So you have to sacrifice one or the other. Say, hey, I'm Bob from wherever, like long walks on the beach, blah blah blah. Or you're like, this is this is my links. So that's the only 2 options you get. You can't have both.
Yeah, and I mean that's one thing I've always had a big problem too. Is like, you can't add your own personal flavor to it. You can't add your own personal brand or anything. It's either the links that you're sacrificing or your branding, and that's something that like I really struggle with a lot of the time. By the way, guys, the room number is 89921. If you want to join, go ahead and join. That's one thing I've always struggled with too is, you have to sacrifice your branding or, your links that you have. And I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, you need to do something. You know what I mean? Another thing that I could definitely go on. Oh, okay. I saw your comment. I'm like, what? Oh, okay. Now, so another thing too is like they do need to make it so that we can definitely make more of the description, or maybe even a description underneath the video itself. Like,
I feel like it's not that hard of a thing to program too, to just give it more space.
Chaos Theory says, yes, we are creator focused and the profile doesn't do a lot to help right now. Yes. And again, don't take this as we're ripping on Caffeine. We're not. This is just our own personal little critiques and stuff like that. I come from YouTube where we're used to like, what is it? 5,000 character limit descriptions and stuff right underneath the videos and stuff. And that way, us as brands, we can do a lot of, backlinking. We can do a lot of other stuff. And that makes it a little bit easier on us, in the sense of like we can actually make monetization not just from the website itself, but then from other sources as well. As a YouTuber surviving the adpocalypse and whatnot, I've had to learn how to do like all these different ways of monetization and whatnot. But did you have anything else? Like, did anyone have anything else before I go into a huge rant about alternative ways of monetization?
Please go into a rant. I'd love to hear it.
Okay. All right, I've been blessed. All right, so okay, Trevor has a bazillion things he can talk about. I have an entire notebook here of things, but I'm gonna try to break it down to you. All right, so one of the main mistakes I've seen time and time again on like streamers and stuff like that is the fact. By the way, if you guys have any questions, don't be afraid to ask me at any point, or Canadian Viking or Dirty Mike. Just
that's very true. Yes.
Yes, ask us questions because we're here to answer your questions. We're here to have this podcast with you. I should have mentioned that earlier. I totally spaced it until just now. But ask us questions. We're gonna try to answer everything that we can personally. We're not Caffeine reps. We don't know everything about Caffeine. We don't know what they're working on. We do know they're working on monetization apparently, but we don't know when that's going to be, obviously, and stuff like that. But we'll answer anything that we do know, like about the platform or anything like that. So don't be afraid to ask. Okay, so
even if we don't know, we'll pretend we do. Like
exactly, we'll have the confidence, like we know what we're talking about. No. But anyways, so when it comes to monetization, I see this time and time again. A lot of streamers tend to rely on the platform itself. Now, not saying that it's not reliable or anything like that, but usually when it comes to monetization on a platform, it's not a lot. I mean, YouTube is like what, a few cents every couple thousand streamers or something like that? No, it's $1 every couple thousand streamers. So I mean, it's not exactly, it all depends on the CPMs and RPMs. It's not that great. And I don't know about Twitch. Do either one of you know about Twitch? How much Twitch streamers usually make, depending on how many? No, not
they make $2.50 per subscriber.
Per subscriber. Okay, well that's still pretty decent. By ads, nothing. Yeah, no, definitely Hickory. I agree, 100%. Either way, it's not a lot, right? And you can't rely. No longer are the days that you can truly rely on the platform alone for all your money. You know what I mean? So if you want to make monetization, you need to set up like other alternative ways. And that's kind of what we touched a little bit on before, was alternative ways of monetization. People don't even play ads on Twitch anymore. Really? I did not know that. I don't watch Twitch much. I don't know much about Twitch.
They told you. I streamed there a couple days ago and they had an ad.
Oh, did they? Okay.
Yeah.
Dignified Rain says he's back. What up, Dignified? So I have a few different techniques and tips that I've been doing personally, and I've made, I'll say it's above the $500 range. I'm not going to go super much, but I mean, I made $500 in like the past 2 weeks. So, I mean, that's pretty decent, especially seeing as the platform is still growing and stuff like that. And one of the main things is, one thing you got to always keep in mind is that you have to have alternative ways of monetization. Now, what I mean by that is there are different ways of doing this. So for example, my number one least favorite, and I'm going to go this in order. My number one least favorite way of making monetization, I've already touched base on it, is the native platform itself. Just because like you get so little depending on how many views you get. I don't know how Caffeine's going to do it with their system that they're talking about. But it would definitely be interesting to hear what they have planned in that sense, because is it going to be based on how many views you get? Is it going to be based on how, like, what everything does? Is going to be YouTube or Twitch or whatever? I don't know what way they're going to go, or somewhere in between, or maybe they're going to do their own complete thing separate. The room number is 89921. Someone please put that in the chat for me so that Hellhound can join. All right, so thank you, Chaos Theory. But the other second favorite of mine is second least favorite is sponsors, just because I've never had a sponsor. I'm really bad at trying to find a sponsorship. Like, I cannot do it for the life of me. And I mean, Dirty Mike, maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but I don't know how easy it is for me as a, like, for me, I don't know how easy it is. Or gaming, I don't know how easy it is. I personally have never been able to get a sponsorship. I mean, what do you think about sponsorships though, Dirty Mike? Because you were talking about a little bit about sponsorships before, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I almost feel like a sponsorship is something that you have to work for. An affiliate's just something that, I mean, in all honesty, I mean, it's just, you pretty much get it. It's just a way for, you know, like your pyramid type thing where it's like they're just giving it out to everybody for, you know, getting noticed. Kind of like Amazon. True. You know, to them, it's worth having everybody as an affiliate because you're doing promotion. Other people don't want to risk that. Or maybe sponsorships get a bigger reward because only certain people are going to get it. But yeah, you have to work for it. You have to meet, you know, guidelines and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I just got lucky with mine. So,
Yeah. Oh, you heard it there. You heard it there. It's all about luck. No, I'm kidding.
yeah. Um,
I think with sponsorships, it really is all about luck, honestly.
It probably is. Like a lot of it has.
Like you have to stream, you have to do this platform because you love it, and then when it happens, it happens. Like you can't force it or chase it too early.
No, exactly. And like you can't also. I mean, it's in a sense you can't force it, like you were just saying. Like that makes complete sense. So I mean that's why sponsorships are kind of my second least favorite, because it's not 100% guarantee. You can send as many emails as you want, but you're not 100% sure at the end of the day whether or not you're going to get a response back. Depending on your size. If you're like maybe 1 million, maybe then yes, you'll get like or maybe even 100,000. I take that back. 100,000, like on YouTube. I'm talking YouTube standards here. You can get a response back pretty easy, I've heard. But if you're below that, then not at all. My third favorite overall, actually no, my third favorite overall is actually merch. I love making merch. I love doing that kind of thing. I love building the community in that sense. However, sorry, Hellhound, this is just us for now. We are going to open up to Q&As with you guys in a little bit. But right now we're just going to go over these talking points and stuff and then hear what you guys have to say. 25K plus subs is the baseline for YouTube. Nice. Okay. I haven't heard of anyone getting a sponsorship like at that level. By the way, guys, if you want to join the room number is 89921. So my third favorite is merch. I love merch. I love making merch. Merch is great, and a lot of people like, building that kind of community and stuff that, people like to talk about merch and stuff like that. People like to buy merch and whatnot, and that's good. But then again, at the end of the day, if you have a really small viewership base, you might not be able to get a lot of people to buy your merch. Now, that's my fourth favorite is affiliate links, and we were talking about that. At any point, guys, you can stop me and be like, "Hey, let's talk about this for a little bit." But the fourth favorite is affiliate links, and the reason why I like affiliate links so much is because they can do a lot for you. They do a lot of the heavy lifting and stuff. I've gotten a little bit of money, actually quite a lot of money, from doing affiliate programs, and that is nice. That is amazing, because like, for example, Amazon, right? We're going to talk about Amazon. Dirty Mike, remind me to talk about G2 as well. But
okay.
Amazon affiliate program has a really cool program where if you were to join and do that whole program, you can get 8% of any purchase someone makes for the next 24 hours, which is really insanely awesome. Is it 4% dignified rate? I thought it was 8%. I heard it was 8%. I could be wrong though. You start at 4. Okay, gotcha. And then make your way up to 8. Okay, that makes sense. But you can make 4 to 8% of anyone's purchase for the next 24 hours, which is awesome. I am Amazon affiliate. Okay, gotcha. So am I. That is awesome in the sense, because if you think about it, if you're doing like a review channel or something like that, and you have a bunch of Amazon affiliate links, someone clicks on your channel, is like, I'm not going to buy what he's recommending, but hey, you know what? I'm going to go buy this like $300 toy thing system for my kid right? Okay. Someone buys an Xbox One or something like that from Amazon, like in the next 24 hours, you get a commission from that, which is pretty decent in a way. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, because that's kind of the gateway. You're like,
Yeah,
oh,
definitely.
what is this item? Because you're curious what it costs. Even if you don't want to buy it, you just want to know what it costs, so that gets you in the door. But then you're there, you're like, oh, well, let's go shopping for me.
Yeah, seeing as I'm already here on Amazon, I might as well do a little bit of shopping for myself. Or like maybe it's Christmas time and Christmas time is where affiliate links are the most like great thing in the world. That's when it's the best time to have affiliate links, because everyone's doing Christmas shopping. I think Amazon has the worst affiliate program. Really? Well, I mean, I understand to an extent, but why? Why do you think that? Why do you think that? See, this is why I wanted you on here, Dignified Rank. This is why. I would love to hear. I can get on at any time. All right. I might take you up on that here in a second. I definitely want to hear your points on that. But okay, so I'm going to continue on. G2 though. G2, you were saying, has a 30-day affiliate thing. So any purchase you get within 30 days is an awesome thing. That is amazing because you can make a lot of money in that sense too. G2 Play, Goldmine. Yeah, no, yes, that affiliate program, that is amazing. And that's one of the reasons why I like affiliate programs so much, is because you can make money off of doing those kind of things as well. I mean, it may not sound like much. 4%, 8% may not sound like much, but it adds up towards the end. You know what I mean? Then my fifth favorite is probably, and this is like from least to favorite to most favorite, by the way. I should have mentioned that too. My fifth favorite is obviously Streamlabs. Streamlabs is great. It's something that a lot of people already know of. It's known. You can do a ton of customization. Like, for example, the bar down below. I have that there, and it's awesome. It makes it easy so that everyone can see you have goals, you have this, you have that. You can do a whole lot of customization. Canadian Viking knows a lot more about Streamlabs.
I am a Streamlabs wizard. I mean, I've spent years losing on that site to figure out how it works.
Exactly. I mean, you know what? I'm gonna give the floor to you on this one. You talk about Streamlabs. You know more about that than I do. So go ahead, Canadian Viking.
Okay, let me recoup. Okay, so the only thing I like about Streamlabs is that it's always being built, it's always being developed, and they're always adding new things that are always useful in some sense. I hate how much of a cut they take.
Yes. Oh my God.
On donations. Because with their cut plus PayPal's cut that they take, you're losing
like dollars.
I don't want to throw a random number out, but yeah, like let's say off a $2 donation, you're only getting like $1.40, which is a lot to take.
Yeah. Off. Well, out of 100, because I got a $100 donation once.
Okay,
they take out of 100 they take what was it, 5, I think, if I remember correctly.
So 5%. That's still a huge cut.
Yeah. No, definitely, it's huge.
Was
Can
that
we actually play the game now? We are playing the game, Hellhound.
Was that after PayPal's cut, or that was their 3%? So then you're losing the 8.
I think it's 8 because I think that was before their cut, and then PayPal took its cut.
Ooh.
If I remember correctly, I could be wrong. Yeah, it's painful. It's painful. It's like the reverse Amazon affiliate program. But I mean, at the same time, Streamlabs is more known, and people like, if you're a review channel affiliate program, I think it all depends on what type of channel you're doing. But for gaming related, this is the order of it. For me anyways. For you, it could be completely different. But that's where Streamlabs is. It's on my number 5th favorite. Hey, what up, SMSH? What up? How you doing? Anything live stream focused that is not Twitch or Streamlabs is a must. Anything live stream focused that is not on Twitch or Streamlabs is a must. Yes, no, definitely. Another thing too I want to quickly mention is my 5th most favorite. My absolute favorite is Patreon, and Patreon is delightful. It's amazing. It's not as well known as Streamlabs is, but at the same time, if you can get people to go to Patreon, you have a reliable source of income each and every month. And what Patreon is a reward system. You can reward your fans for donating to you, which is amazing, I think, honestly, because that makes it so that not only are you building a community of people who want to actually help you out as a streamer or support you, you can also do a whole bunch of stuff as well, and you can provide a lot of content for them. Yes, but you have to provide content, and poor content can ruin your brand. That is true. You need to be creative and good with the type of content that you're making. And at the same time, if you're getting that kind of stuff in, then you can bring better stuff out, I believe, as long as you're making good content. You know what I mean? But and there's a ton of different affiliate programs. For example, if we're going to talk about sponsorships here, I got a few things too to mention. But there's a ton of different affiliate programs. There's Hulu, TubeBuddy, Amazon, as we already talked about. There is Morning Fame, ClickBank. ClickBank is like for reviewers, people who are doing review channels and stuff. But I'm just throwing these out here for you guys so that you can understand. And then there's also the GameStop affiliate one, which I haven't done much research into, but I know it's a thing. I have no idea what it is, but I mean, you guys can get revenge for all those times you traded in stuff and GameStop decided to just completely jip you. You know what I mean? Then there's also G2 Play, which is amazing from what Dignified Rain has said. And there's a whole bunch of stuff. So what do you guys think about everything that I just mentioned so far? I'm kind of curious because I want to hear.
Well, I mean, like you stated, I mean, you want to kind of reach out to most places like that because that's where you're going to make the income. If that's what you're wanting to do as a streamer, is make a little income or just enough to pay for the next game that you're going to stream.
Yeah, exactly.
Doing this, I mean, doing, I guess, gaming for yourself isn't as bad, but when you're streaming, you kind of do things that you normally wouldn't do. You get that extra game because your number one fan would love to see you play. It's something that you might have not would have bought, but it's nice. It covers the blow of our mild addictions to gaming that we all have.
Oh, definitely. Like, for example, I got a prime example of this. Okay, I bought this game thinking that it would be great. It's called Extinction, right? And I thought, man, everyone's gonna love it. It's gonna be great. It's kind of like it's a mixture of Shadow of the Colossus mixed with Orc Hunter. It would have been great. Oh, fan-diddly-doop-tastic. And then it turned out to be absolute trash, and it was like a waste of $60. It's like, oh my god. And everyone hated it too in the chat. They're like, oh my god, this is a terrible game. I'm like, I know.
But yeah, so I mean, yeah, if you can make a buck here or there, it's like, why not do it?
Exactly,
give it a shot and, help yourself. I mean, everything's expensive, between your lighting, your cameras, the computer.
The upkeep is insane. Like
something a lot of people don't realize too, it takes a heck of a lot of initial capital to start doing this seriously.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
And a lot of time, like you're gonna be doing this for years before you actually see anything major come out of it.
Dignified says he disagrees. With which point? Which point? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna get Dignified in here. Dignified, go into the Discord chat. Go into the Discord chat. Join any of the voice chats, and I will let you in. Having capital. Okay. All right. Hold on. Bada boom. All right. Hold on. Give me a second. All right. Dignified. What up? Dignified?
Hello? Oh, my mic was muted. Can you hear me?
Oh, okay. Hey, what up, dude?
How's it going, fellas?
It's going
pretty
good.
Good.
All right. So you said you had some. Hold on. Wait, I got to turn you up, apparently. You had some points you wanted to disagree and agree and whatnot with us. So what is it?
Absolutely. Yeah,
I would love to hear it.
I don't think that you particularly need any large sum of capital to be serious about getting into gaming, like or streaming for gaming, right? Like being a live streamer. I think that because it's
no worries, gaming. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. No, it's such a free, open market that there's so many different ways that you can get into the industry without needing large sums of capital to get rolling. I mean, if you want to make a living, there's lots of things that you can do to kind of bridge your income gap to make sure that you're not pulling all of your, all your capital's not coming from just your donations from Twitch or some craziness like that. Like people who live like that, that's insane. But to get started, really, I mean, so long, assuming that you already have a computer. Right. Yep. I mean, it's really important that you target your platform. Like, what can you play? What can't you play? And it's really important that you stay within those parameters and not overstretch yourself.
Oh, definitely.
But I mean, you can start gaming on. It doesn't have to be live streaming either. I mean, you start with just your YouTube content and you slowly build up your followers. It's just you just got to keep the grind up. But I don't think it requires any sum of money really.
Well, I mean, I have to disagree with you. I have to agree.
Yeah, I was just say production value adds a little bit as well.
Because I mean, if you're thinking about lighting and stuff like that, and if you're doing it off of like a webcam and stuff, you have to have the right webcam. If you have the wrong webcam, mother of pearl, you're gonna have a really bad time with lighting. Like I have
from experience.
Yeah, I'm speaking from experience too. And I mean, I do agree with you in the sense of like doing YouTube videos and stuff and working your way up to live streaming, because like for me personally, I had to work my way up from YouTube. If you watch my very first YouTube video, you will see a completely different Trevor. Like I did not have any clue of what I was doing. So I was terrible. Let me tell you what.
But are you saying that I don't know. I think that people shouldn't start with live streaming. I think that's a terrible first choice.
No,
personally.
yes, I agree. People should not start with live streaming. You should start with YouTube videos, get comfortable with yourself, get comfortable with your audience.
And Mike, then you had mentioned that I kind of spoke off to the side there. You said something about production, the need for webcams and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, that's for live streaming, and also if you have you have to get the right camera, because if you don't get the right camera, you can get stuck with a camera that overheats, and then you're rushed, and then you have to try to figure out how to talk fast. That's what I went through personally.
Wait, why do you think it's bad to start with live stream?
That is a good question.
Well, it's the easiest
So-
thing to do because you don't have to have you physically there. I mean, it's a click of a button. You know, live stream is
I
pretty
agree.
is easy to start with. And like when I said production value, it was more so, like if you don't have a mic and you just are streaming, like people don't want to stick around because you can't physically communicate back with them unless you just type in chat. So that's where the money comes in. You have to have
Oh, for sure.
something.
Yeah. I mean, you need your standard peripherals for sure. I mean,
Mhm.
but I mean, you can go. I think personally, I went to the Goodwill when I was looking for a good webcam. I found a nice 1080p. You know, I had a great FPS. I get like 200 FPS on that sucker.
What kind of cam
And
is it?
It's a Logitech. It's got a built-in light in it, and I got it for $8.
Nice.
Fantastic. I just think that for the most part, though, most gamers who are considering getting into the industry are already part of the gaming community, so they should have their standard peripherals. You have a keyboard and mouse, or you
Mhm.
have your Xbox and a capture card, and your laptop that you do your editing on. You know, you need just the basic fundamentals, but other than that, I don't think it takes any great deal of effort to get into the industry, and nor do I think it takes a lot of money. I've been in and out of the industry for, I would say, going on 6 years, and I've done a variety of things within the community, and I've hardly put more than $100 into anything beyond my standard computer setup.
What about the games though themselves? Like you have to buy games and do the upkeep. Like, for example, if you want to compete in this industry, you do have to have. I guess you do a lot of SEO work though, so I mean this might not be the same for you because you know a lot about how to tag stuff, how to do stuff like that. But for people who don't know about SEO and stuff like that, you have to upkeep in the sense of like you have to buy the new games, you have to stay relevant as possible. I mean, and then again, though, in that sense too, you do have to stay relevant in your sense as well. But like overall, it's all about relevancy. You know what I mean?
Well, so I think that everybody first, when you first get into live streaming, as well as we were talking earlier about affiliate marketing, your niche for affiliate marketing, assuming that you're targeting gamers, you are a gamer, you're selling to gamers. So your niche market is gamers, which is a highly saturated market. And you got to think about it in the sense of like
What is going on?
90% of affiliate marketing is done in like the health industry. So I'm sure everybody out there who's listening has seen an ad that's like a weight loss supplement number, whatever, so on and so forth. Please buy it here at a discounted price. That's all affiliate marketing. That's somebody behind there just trying to throw out quick ads, but it's not relevant and it's not going to see, you know, like you're never going to get the return on that tag essentially because it's so saturated. And so you have to build up brandability and a few other things. And I think that process is the first and most important process to identifying or like becoming an expert within your field. So like becoming a pro gamer or a game reviewer or whatever it is, you need to build up that experience. And the only way to do it is to try it and get going. I don't think that everybody can be a pro streamer. I just don't think
right off the bat.
Yeah. I mean, it takes time to build up that character, you know.
Yeah, no, it does.
And whether people want to, you know, being a authority in the field, right? You have to build up that authority, and at the very beginning, setting yourself up with a bunch of affiliate links and stuff like that isn't going to do you any good because you don't have any structure yet. And so I think personally, I think that streaming is probably the easiest thing to get into or try at first. But honestly, some people struggle with the same, like the internet issue as well. I think that's a big thing to take note on. I mean, most people nowadays have great internet, but not everybody does. And so a lot of people are going to try to do streaming on network connections that they're just not capable of doing. I really think
I'm one of them.
I really think that YouTube is a great experience maker for most people. It's completely free to use to get your videos uploaded. If you have a long-term YouTube account and you get subscribers, once you start developing that train, I mean, then you become, you've got the base fundamentals. You've got people already watching you, and so
that is true.
When you transfer to another service, it's like you know, when you're live streaming, I don't think anybody should just focus just on Caffeine right now, or Twitch alone. You know, you gotta broaden your streaming, I guess, capabilities. I don't really know what to.
I do agree with you in the sense that I do think YouTube is a good starting point. YouTube's a good place. By the way, guys, if you want to join, the room number is 89921. If you want to join, go ahead and join. This is a community stream along with a podcast about caffeine and how to potentially, you know, make money, and then also talking a little bit about caffeine as well as website. What we
How to
think
make the most of your time here, you know?
Yeah,
sure. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we love this community and it's great. And we're not at all saying like, hey, go somewhere else to.
Yeah, no,
There's
definitely not.
But Caffeine definitely has its place amongst the streaming services for sure.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. Oh, I do agree with you in the sense of like YouTube's a good starting point in a sense, because it is a place where you can build your character and stuff, show it to people, be like, hey, what can I improve on? What do you think is good? Because like Twitch does not have a permanent system. It has like a 16-day system for live streaming, right? I think. Someone correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm not 100% certain.
I'm not 100% certain either. How do you put yourself on screen? What do you mean? Like
OBS.
Yeah, I'm just using OBS. I was just asking specifically what he meant.
Oh, okay.
All right. Or does he mean like the little screen that Caffeine does? Because that's a Caffeine exclusive. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. Would not surprise me. But yeah. So basically, that is a good place to start, is YouTube, because Caffeine's a good place for live streaming and stuff. But I feel like YouTube's a good place to start, and that way you can show people, you know, what you do, how you do it, stuff like that. But then you can definitely move to platforms like Caffeine, Twitch, whatever. It doesn't matter from that point. You know, it all depends on your own personal preference, if you get my drift.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys want Caffeine to add an upload video?
Yes,
thing?
I would love if Caffeine did that. I know, Chaos left.
Why-
No.
Do you think it would be used very often? Like,
Can you go a little bit into what you're talking about, Viking?
sorry?
You're talking about like having them encode for you, like to upload a video to like YouTube.
Yeah, and then have it stored on their servers, and you can come here and watch past, you know.
No, I don't think that's necessary.
Not even necessarily full streams, just clips, etc.
I would like to see integrated with like YouTube. I think that all your stationary content should be on YouTube.
Exodus. Sorry, hold on.
Yeah,
Exodus. The question was basically, do you think that Caffeine should have? How did you guys word it again? I totally am blanking here. Do you
Save
think
videos, logged videos, anything like that?
Yeah, logged videos. Do you think Caffeine should have logged videos of your streams? So therefore, if you stream, the video is still there for an amount of time, or potentially forever, like YouTube. So go on. Sorry about that. I had to clarify that for Exodus.
Actually, I think the Exodus might have a good point. If they did something similar to the way he says, clips, yes, but not video.
Yes.
I think that if we were able to do like the way that Microsoft Xbox Live does a small clips, like 10-second clips, where you can get a nice brief quality snapshot of like something from your stream, that would be ideal. But
yeah.
I don't think anything more than that would be necessary. I think it'd be a good practice for anybody to put that content automatically on YouTube, especially stuff like this. Like you miss a podcast, they want to see it again. YouTube's the best place, mostly because of its monetization options. You know, I mean, it's not a whole lot, but you build up that community over time. You know, we're talking about building community and then building up your infrastructure. So
for building community, YouTube is a good place. And Divide, I like how you said YouTube integration. I love that. Oh yeah. But sorry, I'm trying to like multitask and I'm like, my brain is not entirely here with me. Still waking up. So basically, I do agree, like YouTube's a good starting point for sure. And I do agree that it should be like clipped with I'm with you guys on that for sure. So moving on to the next topic, or do you guys want to talk about this for a little bit longer?
Well, actually,
do you have anything more to say? Yeah.
Canadian, I was actually curious. How do you feel about it? I mean, you brought it up. I mean, do you feel that clips would suffice, or do you want to see full integration?
Clips for sure. I don't want full integration because Caffeine is made as a streaming service. It's made for that live interaction. To turn it into a fully uploadable platform and turn it into something, YouTube is just going. I think it'd be too much for them right now before they even launch.
Yeah, for sure.
And it just goes against what their initial design is meant to be. Like you're turning into something that a streaming platform doesn't have to be. Clips for sure, because people want to relive those moments.
Right. It'd be interesting if they could thumb up or something during your stream, so it starts a capture or something. Like the community could vote for basically like a clipped thumbnail from your stream. Just some extra flair to like.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah. That would be nice. I agree. That would be sick. Says Exodus.
I'd like to see some more interaction between the users and the streamer, because as we've seen, it's dead near perfect accuracy on immediate response. I mean, what they're using for their coding is incredible. They've got a great coder, but
definitely.
I definitely think that they're missing the fundamental tools to allow full integration with like games and stuff. I'd love to see an SDK kit come out to allow you to build your game or your indie game or moda game to have some sort of vote system or something through the Caffeine interface.
I'm trying to think. So yeah, that's a very good point. Like, do you have anything else to say about that Canadian Viking? Or
no,
Mike, do you have anything?
Much nailed it.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
No, the only thing is if you wanted to talk about any more of the affiliate stuff, I've got plenty to say.
Oh, definitely. By all means, talk. Go for it. This is your time to shine.
All right, guys. So if you're ever considering monetization, I think that as we all know right now, Caffeine just really doesn't have the fundamentals in place to provide a monetary gain for anybody really truly, not without using third-party applications such as Streamlabs, and things of that sort. And if anybody who doesn't know, Streamlabs is a great platform. You do have to pay for it, and they do take part of the tip money. However, as well as your integration, you got to, when you're deciding who you're going to like do business with, when you're first starting out, is crucial. I think that a lot of people make early mistakes with this. They jump the gun and don't take the time to read everything.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I mean, if you partner with the wrong sponsorship or monetization program, it can really shoot you in the butt. And so I think it's really important that you do take the time to understand what all these tools are and how you can use them properly. So Streamlabs, you can.
I'll tell you here in a second, Exodus.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead. If you want to answer something, I think that's more important.
Yeah. He's asking, did we move to a new topic? Sorry, I'm slow today. No worries, Exodus. We're kind of still on ways of monetization. But Dignify and Rain knows a lot more about affiliate links and stuff like that. So I would listen to every single word this guy has to say because he's an amazing, amazing person. All right, go ahead, Dig.
Thanks, bud.
No problem.
So yeah, basically, we're talking about monetization, how to monetize your account, how to see that initial income as a streamer, and things that you can do to kind of give yourself the edge in that market. So Streamlabs is going to be that third-party application that connects with OBS or Open Broadcast Studio. Is that the?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, Open Broadcast.
I only know it as OBS because that's how everybody says in the industry anyway. So
hi, man.
It's a completely free and open source program, meaning that there's a huge community of people like us that are constantly working on the program to make it better. And it really is robust. It'll stream to Xbox, or it'll stream to YouTube, Twitch.
Yep.
There's a couple other third-party programs that I would also recommend. I forget their name right now. I think one of them is called Stream.io. It allows you to stream to one place and it will broadcast to multiple places. And
yes, I remember.
That's pretty good for trying to get yourself mass coverage and the like. But you get OBS as your first #1 tool. Learn how to use it properly and develop your overlay. And the first thing that streamers like to do is they like to throw up an overlay. You can get tons of them online for free. You can find some pretty unique ones that allow you to change some settings on them to make it kind of your own.
Hey, Gummy.
If you guys are looking right now on the stream, at the very top, the divide and conquer, all of that stuff up there is all run through OBS.
Yep.
Now, if you're streaming in Caffeine, the application can't read some games such as Brawhalla, but using OBS, you can capture the game through that program. And it's kind of a janky way of going around it, but it works. And
as long as it works, I mean,
yeah, right. I mean, right now it's working, so let's keep that up. Now, the great thing about Streamlabs is that you can get donations, and that's what those pop-ups are on the screen. It does a lot of that sort of micromanagement for you. It allows you to see more, allows you to have more influence and interaction with your audience, which is a critical part of you being a live streamer.
Yes,
Now,
definitely.
so that's the first form of monetization that I think is critical, and I think everybody should have it. It does cost $5, I think, a month, if I'm right.
Or which
for Streamlabs.
No, it's free. It's an optional pay.
yeah.
Oh, is it an optional pay? Oh,
Yeah,
I
it's
guess
optional
I've
pay.
always paid for it, I guess. I thought it was $5 a month, but
No. That's like if you want to be a pro Streamlabs member or something like that, right? Viking or no?
okay.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, it is actually, which is what I am.
Okay.
And it was an
Gotcha.
accident. I didn't mean to pay.
Do you know?
I know. Same here. Same here. I accidentally did that too.
Do you guys know if they take less money from you if you're a pro member? I'd
I have
imagine
no
they
clue.
would.
You know,
I mean,
actually, that's a very good question.
I think that
Yeah, I haven't
sometimes,
thought of it, but it would
sometimes,
be
guys,
nice.
it's worth paying the extra couple dollars monthly
Oh,
to get-
definitely.
to get that extra revenue. But you spend money to save some more money. So that would be the first thing, and I know you talked about it briefly, but I just thought it's a really important tool. It's my number one.
Does Patreon take a percent?
Yes,
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Isn't it a very small percentage though?
it's about $1.25 on every $5 US dollars.
Okay.
So it's
that's not too
actually
bad.
very reasonable. And
yeah,
I think
no,
that,
definitely.
that Patreon would be a go-to for long-term. If you really like a live streamer, you really want to support them, a couple dollars, I mean, your money adds up into being definitely something that can make a difference in somebody's life.
Exactly. Exactly. I tell that all the time.
I mean, it's such a small addition. Like you can pay, $1 to $3, but if 20, 30 people do that, then suddenly the streamer's got a lot more freedom, and I don't know. I think that Patreon's great. I would like to see more done on streamers' behalf to provide better content for their live streamers monthly. I think that what you're doing right now, Trevor, with like video and stuff like that is probably a great idea. I mean, definitely brings the community closer together, and that's what Caffeine seems to be all about. But
When would you guys recommend using Streamlabs over Patreon, or both, or neither? Like when it's
they
what
should
type
be
of
used in
content?
tandem. Personally, I think that they should be used in tandem. They're free
Every
growth.
time, no matter what you're making.
Yeah, really. I mean, I think that there's a time and a place. I think that if you launch your Patreon too early, I think Streamlabs is a good basic one. Streamlabs should come first, but Patreon is very close to second for me. And I think that it should be utilized properly. There are a lot of people who use it for like money grab schemes, and I just don't think that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely should have multiple choices. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with Exodus too. I was just going to say that too.
But
I also think.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to say real quick. I kind of disagree with you that Patreon should be second. I mean, I do agree that yes, people have used Patreon for terrible things. They use GoFundMe for terrible things too.
Sure.
But I think you should start them both at the same time. Like me personally, I've had people who don't want to donate to Streamlabs because they don't like Streamlabs, but I've had those same people who don't want to donate to Streamlabs who donated to Patreon and so forth and so on. And that way, you can also have that monthly, like, okay, at the end of the month, I'm going to have, X amount. I can buy this game or do this thing. You can plan things out a little bit better than strictly reliant on donations. That's me personally, though.
Sure. I know, and I can see that definitely as being a priority. I think, though, that you should definitely consider what you're putting. Because so in Patreon, for those who don't know, you can set up goals, right? So you have a total goal amount right now. He's got
135, I think it was last I checked. 9 patrons.
Right. Well, I'm just looking at you. You've got like a patron bar at the bottom, right? Or is that for your?
No, that's for Streamlabs. How many donations I've got so far through Streamlabs total?
Right. So, well, I mean, so Patreon, you provide a product basically, and people crowdfund you monthly. So it's a monthly subscription. You can also just pay it one time. Every cent changes and matters to these streamers. It really, I mean, it really does, guys. But
truly, it does.
Right. It absolutely does. Makes a huge difference, night and day. But especially because you know that you have that support.
No problem, Exodus.
Already, like it's there for you. And like you said, you can rely on it to, you know what your monthly end's going to be. And people can subscribe to you, and it doesn't cost them anything until the subscription comes out. So
which is like a month.
Right. It's the same time. It's whenever you started your Patreon, I'm pretty sure.
No, it's the first of every month.
Okay.
There's a set date.
Right. And I mean, that helps with all sorts of like booking ends. So when you're starting your own business, essentially being a live streamer is that you're going to be doing a lot of this crunching numbers thing, and it can be kind of intimidating. So it's really important that you have a good estimate of where your money's coming from. And that's why I would say that Patreon has a superior program in that aspect to Streamlabs. But I still think though that you need to be thinking about your community when you're developing your Patreon. It's about
definitely
how you as a streamer can give back to them on an individual level basis. Right. For sure, Exodus. That's definitely something that I think it might be coming in the
So you can set up like prizes. Oh yes, definitely. That's Amazon. He's saying. Amazing. Oh, that's amazing. Okay. I was like, Amazon. Wait, what? Amazon lets you set up prizes?
So now going into basic monetization, the first thing that we're going to talk about, and I think that the main thing is affiliate marketing. And basically what affiliate marketing is the act of, it would be like you what up? No, you're good. No, absolutely. Greet everybody. You going to somebody's business and they sell toilets, and you buy the toilet, and you sell it to somebody else for a little bit higher. Now, that kind of happens through, it's called a reseller panel. So what happens is you take their digital marketed item. It can be a physical item or anything like that. Take Amazon, for example. Any item on Amazon you could be a partner with. You find that item, you list it on your store, somebody buys it, and you're credited the extra amount of money, the difference. Now, some affiliated marketing.
Yes, I am, Exodus.
Technically, I guess what I had just described is called drop shipping.
I've heard of that. Yes, I actually tried to do that once. Failed miserably, by the way.
I mean, to me, it's all affiliate marketing, but it really the drop shipping is the transfer of physical items, whereas like affiliate marketing might be a subscription to a program or a reoccurring service or something like that. Also, there other referral programs could be kickback programs. Amazon's a good example. I don't think Amazon's truly an affiliate program. It's more of a kickback. You start off. Yeah, if you're pretty new to Amazon and your account isn't very old, and especially if you haven't had Amazon Prime before, you're going to get 2 to 4% on everything that is sold. And really, if you're selling cheaper items, it's not going to rack up to a whole lot, but it is something that you can do. I personally think that
another thing.
I personally feel that affiliate marketing through Amazon is more based around people who use blogs and stuff like that, because you can drop a text link that is permanent until you delete it. And then if anybody clicks on that, it leaves a cookie in their web browser. And 90% of websites leave cookies anyways. That's how you know about your login information.
That's why you should use Brave, because it gets rid of cookies.
I've heard about Brave a lot.
But it's such a low monetization. Now, I think my second favorite, before I get into my first favorite place, my second favorite place is probably ClickBank. And you said before that you thought it would be good for people who are like selling product. They have ClickBank University is the website. It has affiliate programs that pay by click as well, which is PPC. And then there's also play by purchase, or pay by purchase, which is PPP. And so when you go through these programs, you can determine what product that you want to advertise. So say you recently bought a headset and you really liked it. You can go through and maybe find a similar headset, or find something that, you're trying to affiliate market. You're trying to sell stuff to your audience effectively. And really you want a good affiliate marketer is looking for the best deals on the internet to give their fans the best deals that they can.
Of course. And
so you want to shop around. First and foremost, everybody shop around.
Yes.
And that gets me to my first favorite affiliate program is G2A or G2 Play. And if anybody knows about it, it's a website that is a peer-to-peer. It's kind of like the eBay of game CD keys. I'm not talking like Humble Bundle where you can get it at a discounted price or give to charity. This is me selling you a key, and this website hosts that platform, and you can subscribe freely.
It's the middleman, basically.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. And so there's a subscription status. You can pay for it monthly if you want. It's like £2 or something like that. It's like $3 or $4 American a month, and it protects you permanently from if basically the company will get your money back if somebody rips you off and gives you a key that's not real. Now you can,
Which is pretty good.
which is great, and but you can pay that price individually every time you buy a game, or you can buy it monthly and it's forever waived for you. So there is, I mean, it's a great program because of the security behind it. Now, what it actually does is it works similarly to like Amazon, where if you come to this website to buy your games for really cheap, you can link out these games to other people, and if they buy it, you get a percentage back. I've sold I sold a couple games that were around, or rather I sold a couple games for like 3 or 4 of them that were around $11 or $12, and it came out with like $6.
Yeah,
because I mean, they'll give you a pretty large percentage of the initial payment. Like, I can't remember the exact percentage, and it goes up the more you sell. It starts off at like 4 and it goes to 8, 12. I think the highest it goes is almost 20%.
So quick question just about G2A, and like, how long have you been using it? And if you're at liberty to say, do you know, and again, you don't have to answer this if you pry or anything like that, but I'm just kind of curious about numbers. I'm a numbers guy.
Yeah.
How much have you estimated made on this website? Because I'm actually kind of curious.
Yeah. Personally, I don't actually monetize very often for that, because it's not something I need to do. But I do get referral points for people all the time, and because I'm a pro member, and when I sell a main game, they give me gyms, and gyms you can use them to buy game keys straight from the company itself, and you get, like, for every time you sell a game or refer somebody, you get a referral in the form of 1 green gem. And some games, like a $30 game, might only cost 10 gems.
Really?
You know?
Okay.
And it depends on a few things, but I have a buddy who sells pretty regularly on that. He buys games keys on Steam, waits the 30 days or whatever it is for them to become tradable, and then lists them on the market. So like when games come out and they come in 4-packs, he buys it at a discounted price for the 4-pack, and he waits for it to go back up to normal price. He uses that market to then sell each individual for the cost of the 4-pack, essentially. And so he's making 3 times. I mean, he's selling 3 games, and he gets to play for free. Initially, it has a cost, but a lot of the times on G2A, people will not wait, and they'll sell the 4-pack immediately. You can use those gems to buy your 4-pack, and then those gems you've gotten from literally people just buying games off of your referral link. It's as simple as that. And so if you have a community, and they're going to buy games anyways, the games are going to be cheaper here. 95% of the time, they're going to be cheaper here.
Exactly.
It's very secure to trade in and to sell your keys there. You don't have to go on like Reddit to try to trade your Steam keys or anything crazy like that.
So just because you're saying trade, it brings up kind of a curiosity thing for me. So let's say we got a game a long time ago that you don't want anymore or something like that. Can you trade those kind of games? Like, say,
you can.
No Man's Sky.
So if you had a game that you didn't redeem, so sometimes when you buy a game, it'll go into your Steam trade, right? Like if you buy a 4-pack or something like that, you buy extra copies, you can choose to have them in your account. And those games you can, from Steam directly, you get a Steam trade code. You go online, you post that in the redeem the CD key. So after they purchase it, it takes about 5 to 10 seconds. The CD key will pop up. They click that. It'll immediately log them into Steam, and it'll initialize and finish the trade.
That is pretty awesome.
So you can trade that way, or Steam keys directly. And so it's a fantastic platform for you to develop and start that, because a lot of being a streamer is about building up relationships.
Yeah,
and
no,
you
definitely
want the best relationship with your community as physically possible. And I think that if they're going to be buying games, they might as well be buying games at a reduced price for you. I mean, like, through your account, right? I mean, you're going to list that up. They can create an account, and then if they refer somebody, you actually, being the person who initially kicked them back, you also get a percentage of that kickback. So really it's about helping everybody out. Everybody should be a part of this program. It's completely free. You guys should get with Trevor later after he gives you his key. And basically, the way that it'll work is you buy a game or create an account shortly after clicking on his link within like 30 days.
Yep.
And then you get the bonus for having them subscribe to you, and then they get the bonus of knowing that sometimes keys will be generated for them to get an additional percentage off, and the company does that automatically. It's not something that you have to do. They manage that for you.
That is awesome.
They say, hey, we see that you're selling some games. Let's give the people that are buying from you a discount code, and now they can get an additional 10% off.
That would be an amazing. So not only are you giving them discounted games, they're also in a chance to win even more of a discount, so to say.
Yeah, and it goes for the whole community too. I mean, it's not just one person that they give it to. It'll be a temporary code that is only worth so many tries. So
that
if you're
awesome.
there, and also if you're making enough money, you can set it up to drop your own code to allow promotion through selling of titles and stuff like that. It's a bit of a hassle to work through, guys. I mean, don't get me wrong. To be a streamer, it's a full-time job to create a job. It really is.
It really is, yeah.
You have to put in that dedication that you're going to have to put in work. No one's going to do it for you, and it's not going to get done on its own. You have to look for these opportunities and work through all of it.
Hey, Raven Loon, welcome to the broadcast. If you guys have any questions during the length of your stay here, please let me or any one of the guys at any one of the guys. We are all talking about, caffeine, alternative ways of monetization and whatnot. If you guys have any questions, like I said, put it in the chat. We'll answer them. I'm waiting for questions. So if you got any, let me know. But that is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I really think it's probably one of the best underused tools. I mean, but if you look at any major streamer, they've got a gold mine account set up. I mean, they have a G2A account set up, and there it is.
Well, see, like I come from YouTube, so again, I don't watch a lot of Twitch streams. How are you how are you liking Caffeine so far as a platform? Guys, what do you think? I'll say mine last because I want everyone for me. So what does everyone think of Caffeine as a platform so far?
Potentially, it's one of the best by far. Like, there's a reason I'm sticking around here. I really hope, and it's a lot to hope for, but I really hope they expand it quickly, but also correctly. And doing both is difficult.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I agree with you 100%. What about you, Dirty Mike?
I mean, I enjoy it. I enjoy it as streaming for, I don't know, about 2.5 years or so, and I've been on every platform. I mean, even everything else aside, just the platform itself, not even streaming, the people.
I'll get to that.
The people coming in, talking to you, the community, that right there is worth more than just it as a streaming platform. The community.
Absolutely.
To me is worth more. But yeah, it's my preferred thing. Like, I plan on shifting over this way for myself. So, it is bringing, me over this way. So, I mean, that says something there.
I don't know if you guys are seeing in the chat right now, but I can never say his name right. Can someone correct me on how to pronounce his name? Like, his name is Mineh. How does one pronounce? Minch? Is it Minch?
Mineh? I don't know.
Mineh?
I have no idea.
Mineh?
King of butchering names, ladies and gentlemen, has entered the room. Welcome. But
to me, it looks like a mini.
Mineh. All right. Anyways, Mineh says he hopes that it doesn't grow too fast, too much at least. I gotta scroll down a little bit. If it grows too much, it will go out of control, and the features that will make it good right now will just go away. And then he says too much. It will be too much to handle. What do you guys think personally?
Well, I think that to some degree there's some accuracy in saying that, with the zero lag, it'll turn into stream sniping and such like that. I think that Caffeine should probably enable or allow for their encoding to be slowed down so that it takes a little bit longer. I think that, right now they've got like perfect. It takes literally milliseconds for us to receive your signal.
Yes,
And we're
that's
able
awesome.
to act on the same page, but to some degree, I think that there probably should be some sort of way to increase the time that it takes to get to other viewers. If not for anything else, at least for censorship issues, in case somebody says something unsavory, and then you can get the stream down before it goes live.
Thank you for helping me out with that Noob Television, by the way. Okay, so
You're welcome.
So I got one quick question, but while I ask this, I have to go to the bathroom real quick. But I got one quick question for all you guys. Have any of you guys ever heard of websites FameBit or Grapevine, by the way?
Have not.
No, I have not.
No.
Okay, none of you have heard it? Grapevine, which is kind of for sponsorships, trying to get sponsorships. If you have above 5,000 or 10,000, you can get sponsorship deals from that site. I have 8,000. I used to have 10,000 followers on Twitter, but then that went to horribleness, but I still have access to those accounts. And I was going to describe a little bit about that, but I was hoping someone else knew a little bit about it, so then I could just jump in later after going to the bathroom and whatnot.
You're going to have to explain it to us, bud.
Yeah, we could talk about sponsorships all day. I've got my own opinion about that, but we can wait for you to get back.
All right, yeah, go ahead and talk about sponsorships in the meantime. I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. Listen to these guys. They know what they're talking about. They are awesome. Be right back.
Sorry, I'm not talking about you guys. I'm playing a puzzle game, and it's hard as hell.
You're good. You're good. Have either of you guys gone through sponsorships before?
I only have one.
But nothing ever landed.
Say that again, Mike.
I said I only have one, but it was just it was a fluke. Like there is nothing special about it besides being a fluke. It had something to do with my personal business and just kind of what I was doing, and ended up landing it that way. So I wouldn't say that I know how to get in an official one, like you said before, where people, if Ninja's doing something and so wants to get him, they're going to reach out to him. He's not going to have to go to somebody. So like you said before, most sponsorships will contact you because you've made a presence on the internet to where they recognized you. So
yeah, for sure. And I think that a lot of, so like sponsored videos is a good way of, I think, the beginning of what people will see through sponsorship. They will contact you and expect you to include a link or something to a text article, as well as reach your live streamed audience, or rather your YouTube audience, or anything like that. So for example, I have a friend on, let's see. Yeah, for sure. Well, yeah, that's true. If you have any sort of influence on the net, whether it's a blog or your live stream or whatever it is, people are going to see that you have authority in a niche, and that's when they'll come out and target you. But there's other ways for people to target you as well, and provide you with free content, that then all that they're looking for is to piggyback off of your viewership. You got to be really careful though when you're getting into sponsorships, because a lot of them, they might actually come with a small contract, and you really got to read through all that very carefully, because you can get, all of that's described to you in
Hello, Alex Ghostbra. Sorry, I'm back.
In the contract. Yeah, no problem. We're just talking about the entry level of sponsorships. I've been sponsored a few times through various tasks, so I've gone through the ropes, and I know the ins and outs of, what to avoid and what to look for. But I think that I think that more than anything, the first type of monetization you're going to see through sponsorship is
hold on, Dapper.
Is when you they'll contact you. I got a good buddy who does YouTube now. I helped him build his channel. He's got 65,000 subscribers within his first year. He's doing phenomenal. He's killing it. He makes Nerf videos. He makes Nerf videos. And a company, he buys lots of springs. A company saw that he does this, and they offered him $150 worth of free product.
That is awesome.
Through their website. And all he had to do, and this is when he had 25,000 subscribers. So the first the first 1,000 subscribers on YouTube are definitely the absolute hardest, and I guess that's probably true for any streaming platform. But once you make that early 1,000, all it takes is somebody, enough people, you get 100 of them to share, and then suddenly now you're at
you build a lot of power.
Yeah, you do. You really do. And so once you get to that initial stage, if anybody's thinking about starting a YouTube, get to your first 1,000 subscribers before you even determine what your content's going to be permanent.
Truly about, yeah.
I mean,
and also make sure you got all the branding done then too.
Yeah,
I'm still struggling with a little bit of branding, and that's something that I'm definitely gonna have to talk to you, Dignified, and also Noob Television, about. And I like to get other people's opinions and stuff, so I'm definitely gonna try to talk to Canadian Viking too. I talk to everyone about my stuff. Like I'm like, okay, should I do this? Should I do that?
It's good, man. It's good to share opinions and ideas. That's how you grow.
Well, and especially amongst the community members, because everybody here is kind of in the same boat. And everybody's so willing to work together, and it's a community unlike anything else. And I think that's what mine was talking about earlier. It truly is a community kind of effort to make Caffeine a better place.
For sure. So to answer your question, Dapper Cat, I was hoping they added monetization when I read your thing. Okay, so Dapper, we're talking about alternative ways. We were talking about monetization a little bit ago. We're right now talking about alternative ways of monetization or monetizing your channel and stuff like that. Also, God, I'm going to say his name wrong again. Meh. By the way, I hope you don't mind me joking about on the game. No, go ahead. Join the game. Go ahead. Caffeine will survive what? Ads? Subscriptions? I'm not quite sure what you mean by that, Nelson. Do you mean that will Caffeine be able to survive having ads? Caffeine's not going to have ads. We already kind of went over that, and they're not going to be doing subscriptions either.
The way that they've talked about going about it, I'm really interested to hear from them directly today.
Yeah, no, definitely. No, they're not. Sadly, they're not going to be joining us in the chat. Chaos Theory was in the chat a little bit ago, but he kind of talked about a little bit about some of the stuff, but not everything. How are Caffeine streamers going to live? Okay, so they do have a monetization program in place, and I'm going to let Canadian Viking explain that because he knows a little bit more about it than I do.
Just from what I've heard, okay?
Yeah, just from what he's heard. This is all like not rumors. What, an article? Speculation. Yeah, there we go. That's a good one. But okay,
it's very logical speculation.
Yep.
Okay, so they said they want developers and streamers to both be able to make money. So, and from what I've heard and what it seems to be is that game developers are going to pay Caffeine a lump sum, and then Caffeine is going to take a certain percentage of that or some of that and spread that out among streamers who are playing said game that's that developer made based on how many people are watching them play that game for how long, et cetera, et cetera. So like, let's say a developer gives Caffeine 10 grand, maybe they'll give out 5 grand of that among the streamers who are streaming that game over a certain period of time.
The only thing about that is a little weird is Reza. Like, why would they give the money? Like, what's their incentive? Why are they not doing it on the other platform?
So you mean like, why would the developers give it?
Well, yeah, because everybody's going to play it regardless. I mean, like Epic and Fortnite. I mean, people are going to play it. Like the advertising's there everywhere. So like, what would
more for indie games that don't really get?
Hey, Mark. Sorry.
And yeah, I mean that could be it. But yeah, it's just one of those.
Oh, there's Reza. What's going on?
Yeah, no, that's speculation and rumor. What we've heard from down the grapevine. If you're willing to clarify.
Oh, please! I would love to hear. I would love to hear more about the.
Yeah, I would love to hear more about how this is going.
For sure.
So he's been here the whole time. He's just lurking.
No, he hasn't been here the whole time. I have my window open to see who's all in the stream. He just joined a little bit ago. But no. So there is. Oh, what were we just talking about? God dang it! Short-term memory loss. Hey, thanks for the follow, Mark.
We were talking about the possible Caffeine monetization and what they might do. Yeah, I read the article and I thought it left a lot of detail out, but it sounded like it was more of just an overview of what could happen.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
I don't know how anybody could like decide what money goes where. I mean, it'd be a numbers game at that point. I just don't think that it would be a healthy... I don't think it would be healthy for the community. I think that there would need to be a little bit more definition behind that.
And again...
Yeah.
Oh, I was just gonna say, and again, we're not 100% sure on any of this kind of thing. This is all stuff we've read and heard about and whatnot. We're not bashing caffeine. We're just essentially giving our opinion about things. You know what I mean?
To the streaming world.
To the streaming world. And if you guys have anything you want to talk about, project with, go ahead and do it, and I will definitely bring it up to the guys, or one of them will bring it up too, because they're in the chat as well. They're streaming this with us and stuff. So if you guys have anything you want to ask, go ahead and ask. Okay, so you can go ahead and continue. Sorry, I just had to say that real quick.
Hellhound, we can get to all that when the topic is off. He's talking
definitely.
Said something about somebody getting kicked from the stream or something, and he's upset.
Yeah, I know.
But that's something that we can handle after.
Yeah, definitely. Right now we are it's all about having fun, Hellhound. You got to remember that, okay? I don't kick people from my streams unless they're like doing something really stupid. All right, so back to the topic at hand. All right, so I was gonna actually bring up FameBit and Grapevine, because FameBit and Grapevine are both really good. I've had good experiences. I haven't had anything that really has. I haven't actually done deals with them much, but I've heard a lot of people who have had really good deals with them. A lot of YouTube affiliates and stuff like that use these places as well, but you have to have upwards of 5,000 or more subscribers or followers to actually use the programs. But what they are essentially, and I can actually, I might not be able to actually, no, I can't share my screen, but I'll load it up here. Give me a second. But
Yeah,
what they are. Oh, go on. Sorry.
Oh no, I used a program similar, and there's actually some ones that allowed you to do them for free. They're like, there's some affiliate programs that you can start, and I can't remember their names exactly, but it does sound very similar. You get to choose from a list of items depending on your subscriber count.
Yep.
And I found this one website that allows you to do pretty much. I mean, there's loads of stuff for free. That you can start off with by doing, and they'll actually pay you a couple dollars to write a nice article or make a video about it, include their link in the subscription. There are I guess sponsored opportunities out there that you can get into for free to kind of get your foot in the door. And then as you build trust, because they ask you to they want you to either write an article or make a video, and you have the choice, and you can see those choices on those offered sponsored videos. But you really got to look through them to make sure that you don't want to stray from your niche.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
Don't be like a gamer and then be like, oh, hey, I'm gonna go, do all this fitness stuff and whatnot. That's not what this is.
If it's your brand, then keep true to your brand. But other than that,
your brand and your audience,
for sure. Right, for sure. Keep it relevant, because if not, all you're doing is you're writing useless content that no one's ever gonna see, and you're putting extra effort in that isn't gonna get you anywhere.
Okay, so example, right? I can't show it on screen because I don't think they want people to see it in public. But there's this custom controller unboxing video, right? And this is for YouTubers. This is for gaming. So basically, it's a bunch of different skins you can put on your controller. Do an unboxing video of it. It's a company that wants to try to build up their own type of, I guess, loot crate system for gaming skins. I don't know. But anyways, basically, must have an average of 100,000 video views. I'm just showing this as an example. They are willing to pay for that amount. They're willing to pay up to $5,000 for it, for one video, right? Now, what would be a really good tip and technique I would suggest, if I were ever to be able to actually get a sponsorship, this is the way I would try to go about it. And this could work on live streaming too, because in a way, one of the things that you've seen on my channel, what is something that you guys have seen on my channel, regardless, time and time again? You've seen Mini Trevor, right?
Oh, yeah.
What's Mini Trevor?
Mini Trevor. Oh, Mini Trevor pops up on the screen, pulls up the thing, is like, what up, guys? How's it going? He's moving.
Oh, that Mini Trevor. Yeah.
That Mini Trevor, yes. So one thing is, that was actually kind of a test and an experiment to see if I could actually, in a way, do a little bit of advertising myself and be able to do sponsorship deals myself and do ads of my own. But I would always do stuff that would be related to my audience and stuff like that. If I ever get sponsorship, one way I would go about it is I would actually, I wouldn't just try to be like, hey, I'll do one stream or something like that, blah, 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 so forth and so on. This is all about business, Hellhound. This isn't just about one game or one type of thing. This is about you want to try to get these people to be with you for a long extended amount of time. So you would, if I were to pitch my brand to a sponsorship or to a potential place, I would try to get them to stay with me for long term. So for example, if I were to send an email, I would say, hey, you know, I'm willing to do something that not many other people are willing to do in the sense of streaming or broadcasting. And I would send them like maybe, God, I'm butchering this because I know how to say it, but it's like I'm nervous. I don't know why. Anyways, okay. So I would say essentially, you know, I am willing to pay, or I'm willing to, God, I can't say it right now. So essentially what it is I would send them an email, be like, hey, you know, this is what I'm going to do. I can do live streaming for you, not for you, but like I can do a brief commercial of your product on my broadcast for $200. Now, the thing is, I can do that for, and like 5K, right? This guy has 5K. I can do that for a month, blah, 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 so on and so on. That way it's not a one-time payment. It's a multiple time thing, and you can get all of that. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Hello?
You lost me a while ago. I'm trying to.
Okay. I'm sorry. This is like really hard to explain because I know how to say it in my head, but I'm trying to say it out. Okay. So essentially, I'm going to slow down here. Basically, yes, Cap has it right. Basically, parcel per ad, that amount. Yes. So these guys are offering 5K per ad, or not per ad, but for one video, right? Okay. So what I would be offering is a multiple stream ad thing for their one ad of 5,000. I would be offering an entire month's worth of content for 250 or 200, whatever, blah, blah,
Sure.
math. I'm not good at it, per thing. So that way they're only dealing with one person, which is me. And they also are doing a lot of other stuff as well. Like it's hard for me to explain right now. I don't know why. I can't.
Through what program are you talking about? Or are you just...
right now I'm talking through FameBit. And that's one thing. If you have 5,000 followers or subscribers or Twitter followers or whatnot, you can get into this program.
Yeah, time is money, friends. So like really, truly, honestly, when you're starting up your stream, you need to take into consideration what I would just add bots for now, unless people want to play. I know that there's some stuff going on in chat, or put on something ambient in the background so people can watch. So
yeah, definitely. I'm working on it.
But I think that you know, your time is money. So every time you put, you're selling an ad space during your usual broadcasting time. They want they want to see a return on these things, and that's why they wait for you to have multiple thousand subscribers, because they're likely to have, you know, if you out of 5,000, if you can convert 10 people, say for a $500 gaming chair or whatever it is, you know, that's making the company money. And so they're going to offer those people that thing. And I mean, I'm glad to see that it sounded like they want to pay people more money for a longer exposure than just one video. So like
the website itself wants to do one video, one thing, but there have been users. I watch a guy by the name of Roberto Blake, and he did an interview with a guy who talked a lot about what I'm trying to say. And I've learned a lot from, you know, YouTube influencers and so forth and so on. I've done a lot of research and stuff. Like, if you get me off stream talking about this, I can talk about it all day. Good.
For sure.
But for some reason, when I'm on stream, I get really nervous. Like, But, no, the guy talks about how they don't have, it's probably against the terms and services of FameBit. But the main thing about it is that you can actually, hold on, I'll do this. I'll get us some bots. The main thing about it is that they actually get. Hold on, give me a second. I'm doing stuff. There we go. Okay, he actually gets a. He contacts a sponsorship deal themselves, like the people. He sends them an email and says, "Hey, you know, a lot of people on this website are." He's zigging and zagging. A lot of people on this website are. Sending you emails for the full amount right off the bat. I'm offering you something more. I'm offering you something bigger than what everyone else is doing. I'm offering you multiple as opposed to just one. I'm offering you, you know, X amount of videos for your type of stuff for the same amount that you're asking. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So in that sense, he's actually destroying. Like they've contacted him and been like, "What are you doing? You're getting more commissions than anyone else on the site is." And he's told them, you know, I'm doing this, and they haven't done anything about it. But it's probably against their terms of service. But they're like, as if it's working, you know. And that's really, in my honest opinion, that's a really good way to go about it, because not only are you ensuring that you're giving the company something more, they'll be more willing to work with you in that sense. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, the whole thing is like influence, and that they really just care about making that sale. I mean, definitely don't break the terms of service.
Definitely don't. Yeah.
Definitely.
That's not what I'm saying at all.
And contact. Generally, there's like support for that. Like for affiliates, there's or sponsorships and stuff like that. You normally have an agent or a manager that's in charge of like, they deal with all the sponsorships. That's what they do. And so they're the person that you want to ask for all those questions, and they're more than happy to help you, because if they help you properly, they you know, informal training, and thus will bring you more sales, hopefully, through their interaction with you. But I mean, definitely pushing you know, do more than they ask. Definitely do more than they ask, because what they ask is just the bare minimum for them to like warrant sending you a paycheck, because they know that your time is money. But if you can do more for these companies, you're going to get higher returns from them. They're going to give you better product eventually over time. Like high sellers get access to premium stuff. This is how it works. Yeah, if you have a big influence, you know, then your influence is going to reach, and they're going to be able to give you better stuff, and thus you're going to be able to give people better deals, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. So we're going to go to, give me just one quick second. We're going to go to the next topic here. I got to grab it real quick. There it is. Okay, so we've been talking about alternative ways of monetizing the entire time. It's definitely been interesting, I would say. What is one quick question for everyone, just as kind of a quick recap? What is your favorite way of doing monetization on any streaming platform that you've been on so far?
Honestly, donations. Just something that it really shows that the community actually loves you. I don't know why, but it makes me feel happy.
Yeah, I agree 100% on that one. Donations or Patreon for me. What about you two?
Well, I do a lot of writing, and so most of my work comes from affiliate marketing. And so I've only ever had the best success with affiliate marketing, selling product to people and stuff like that.
Yep.
It's pretty much the way I operate. And that for me is, I mean, I think though that Patreon is probably the most supportive. I think they take the least amount of money from you, and you really get, you know, if you're desperate for that income, then it's definitely something that makes a huge difference. But Streamlabs, I mean, getting that donation, I don't think that there's anything better than that first donation that you get, and truly makes you feel like you're starting to make it as a streamer. But this is where a lot of streamers make their mistake. They get a couple people on their stream and they think that they're hot shit.
Yeah, no, definitely. I've seen that.
I got a couple dollars, now I'm gonna go pro.
How about you know that I am hot shit for those couple dollars? Okay.
I do own the world, thank you.
Yeah.
I own this little box that I've created, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, exactly.
But I you know, just be humble about your tips and stuff, because really, it truly is. I mean, you're entertaining people, and people will pay you for that entertainment in hopes. That's what you hope. But there's so many live streamers out there that, like, it's hard for people to decide who is worthy of their dollar, you know, because they had to work for that dollar too. And I don't know, if you're enjoying streamers frequently, I really think that, you know, I mean, they're on their, I don't stream, I don't live stream for a reason, but I think that definitely, if you're going to be watching people long term, invest into them so that they can bring you better content, you know.
And that's the thing, like,
show them what you like, so that they can, you know, just provide better stuff. That's what you're there for.
Yeah, no, definitely. And like, again, it's so important to like try to set up multiple different ways of doing some sort of revenue. And like, if you do want to support your favorite streamer. You don't have to do all of them, but definitely try to do at least one if you can. You know what I mean? Like there's Patreon, I have Patreon, I have Amazon affiliate links, I have Streamlabs, I have a whole bunch of different stuff. And I know Canadian Viking has a bunch of that too, and I'm sure Dirty Mike has some stuff too. And I mean that's one of the things as a streamer. Like if you enjoy your streamer enough, they're taking a lot of time, a lot of things to essentially bring you that content. And it's very important that you help support them in some way or another, even if it's just like showing love in the way of like, you know, sending them a message, be like, hey, I really truly appreciate what you're doing and stuff like that. That helps at the end of it all.
Streamers are
Customized emails go further than you think.
Yeah, no, definitely,
sure.
definitely.
Streamers though are basically entertainment waiters. They don't get paid very much at all, if at all, for what they do. And they feed you, they bring you entertainment plates. And, you know, like that's the best way I can think about it. Like they're providing you that service. I mean, they're not making anything. They survive off of your entertainment. Like you actually getting the entertainment. You then, you know, if you enjoyed it, tip it. It's not hard. I mean,
no,
I'm not saying like you should give money to every single streamer because you enjoyed.
No matter what. No.
Right.
I mean, only give what you can, if you can at all.
For sure, if you can. But if you can't, there's also alternatives to like being able to help them out. Like there are for example, one of the thing I make the most money on right now is called Grammarly. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Grammarly.
I think you mentioned it yesterday.
It's a writing platform, right?
Wait, you can make money on Grammarly? How?
All right, so check this out.
What?
So I
That's
write.
what I imagined that right there. Sorry.
I write fairly regularly articles about all sorts of things, and I have various websites that I won't dip here, but one of them is to teach people how to basically tutor themselves into being better writers, and a lot of this has to go with like game content. If you want to write articles and stuff, use Grammarly. And so I wrote an article, and then I sent it to Grammarly, and they gave me an affiliate. I'm part of the affiliate program now. If you want, I can read you the small article I wrote, and this article brings me insane amounts of money. And I'll tell you why, but do you want me to read the article?
Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Sure. Let's hear it. I'm actually kind of curious.
So Grammarly, first of all, is a writing program. It's kind of like a spell checker. It has anti-plagiarism. It scans 16, I think, billion websites, and it checks for plagiarism for you. It's got a free tool on it, but basically the article says, let's be honest, we're not all writers. Writing content can be a huge drag, and ultimately, it's content that drives our sales as affiliate marketers. Grammar plays a huge part in this success, and we should be spending a great deal of time ensuring our content is as readable as possible before pushing that publish button. Well, I have good news. Stressing about your punctuation is only going to slow down and bench that creative mind. We have loads of tools at our disposal to correct these mistakes immediately. And I cannot tell you how often I use spell check and other grammatical tools while writing my articles. Spell check just isn't enough anymore. Our articles need to pop off the screen and send your readers into a product trance. Luckily, we have Grammarly. Grammarly, if you haven't already heard, is a fantastic tool that can be installed on almost any web browser for absolutely nothing. Alternatively, you can install the application on your Windows computer or as an extension for the Microsoft Office suite. And if that wasn't enough to get you completely hooked on Grammarly, you should also know that it's available for iOS and on Android. Write with confidence, anytime, anywhere, and continuously in all in one place.
Hi, Natasha.
A more advanced
version of
Grammarly is also available, and it comes with a multitude of extra features worthy of its price. Grammarly works like a tutor for its users and offers additional offers for advanced writing techniques, advanced checks for punctuation, grammar, context, and sentence structure. It even has a plagiarism detector that checks 16 billion web pages. And then it just goes on to say, basically at the end, Grammarly is an absolute must for every affiliate marketer worth their salt. And this program comes highly recommended to me, and so I recommend it to you. That article, every time someone subscribes for free, it's a free program, I get 20 cents. Every time they buy, I get $20.
That is insane.
So the program, if you buy it monthly, it's $29.99, but that article is my biggest moneymaker by far. And all I had to do was write one article, and I posted it on a website, and I linked it to a couple forums, and because of that, I help authors and writers all the time. It's what I do. But having a simple tool like that that's free to everybody,
Mhm.
I mean, every time someone subscribes, it's called Grammarly. Grammarly. It's a fantastic program. It's completely free, guys. If you don't have it, definitely get it now. It will improve your writing. I promise. That's the dignified rain guarantee.
Oh yeah.
Make you better.
So now you just made Dapper Cat's statement that he had a little bit ago true. You made it into an ad. He's like, am I listening to an ad? And I was gonna say that should be a compliment to you because you make it sound all like professional and stuff. That's awesome.
But yeah, it was absolutely an ad. It was my ad, but that's just a small thing. You can write these articles, especially if you're going to start up. As I think, if you're going to be a streamer, you should have a blog. You really should. You should get into social media because social media marketing is where all the money comes from. I promise. It doesn't come from your tips. I mean, you might look at Summit and Lyric and people like that who make mad tips.
Yeah,
right?
I know the mad tips.
But they also get hundreds of thousands of dollars by doing sponsorships and also doing affiliate marketing. It's how they survive. It's the bread and butter to being a streamer.
All right. So I think we're gonna move on to the next topic. That definitely was insane. Like, oh, that was such a good topic. Okay, so except for my part. My part was terrible. I was really nervous and I butchered everything. Perfect. Perfect. Says whatevs. Anyways, okay, so another thing, what does everyone feel? And this is something that I've seen on this platform, every platform that I've ever been on. And I know it's a touchy subject for some people, but we're gonna talk about it anyways. Follow your thoughts, everyone. Go. Okay.
All I know is Trevor really wants to talk about it already. Like he just wants to rant.
I mean, it's definitely something I would like to rant.
How do you feel?
How do you feel?
But follow?
Yeah.
I mean, all you're doing that. The only good thing, and it's not even that good of a thing. The only good thing that comes from it is you're basically making yourself feel better for nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's exactly what I could go on.
All you're doing is looking at your numbers grow and being like, "Yay!" Even though deep down you know.
You know how we were talking about the money thing a little bit ago about how you get $1 and you're like, "Oh man, look at me!" Yeah, same thing. You're inflating your own ego with numbers, right? Like, oh man, I got 10,000 followers. It's great. Oh, what's that? I'm following 300 million people. Doesn't matter. It's just like, it doesn't help you in the long run because in the end, also, if say Caffeine were to turn into something a little bit on YouTube with SEO, right? SEO on YouTube, it relies heavily on watch time and numbers. Now the numbers, if you have like, let's say if you buy like 10,000 bots, right? And you have originally 100 people subscribe to you, right? That is not going to help you at all because then YouTube's algorithm is going to be like, hey, you got 10,100 subscribers. You should be making the same amount of viewership and watch time as people who have 10,000 and whatnot, subscribers would have, right? Okay. So then in the way you're shooting yourself in the foot because you're never going to grow because you're not making that standard. And I feel like if Caffeine ever does any kind of SEO or any kind of thing or sorting program, they should definitely do something along those lines as well, because, that would be essentially what happens. Does that make sense?
No, for sure. No, you're right. And you're absolutely right. Inflating it's like people will pay lots of money to have bots swarm their account to give them a fake sense of popularity. But in honesty, all it's going to do is you need to get those true views because that's where your money's going to actually come from. And nobody, I mean, I subscribe to people who only have a couple hundred followers on YouTube all the time because they provide good quality content. And the only way for them to get higher up is to actually have the viewership.
Definitely.
And you're right. The way that, so SEO is search engine optimization, the way that people are able, how web browsers are able to identify what comes first. First is like the first couple slots are always paid slots. People who put the most amount of money in will be first on Google. But beyond that, everything else that pops up, the first page, the second page, Because let's be honest, most people don't go beyond the second page. They just Google again if they can't figure it out. You will put yourself at a lower rank because of your lack of viewership. It actually makes you look bad.
Yeah,
to have lots of numbers and no viewership.
Exactly.
Don't do that to yourself, please.
Don't. Yes, please, for the love of God, don't. And like another thing too, and like let's say a bunch of people started doing follow for follow, right? Well, anyone who wants to sponsorship Caffeine or anyone who wants to do like a brand deal or something with Caffeine might see that, and then it'd be like, you know, this is it. This is all you got. You just have a bunch of people who's following each other. And another thing about follow for follow too is if you're following someone, say you follow 100 people, and you know you're expecting those 100 people to follow you back and watch everything you do. That's not true, because here's the thing. If you're not actively watching all 100 of those people that you're currently following too, then it doesn't mean anything. It's empty viewership again. Like it's just, you might as well be doing bots because it's the same effect. You're not going to watch all 100 of those people, and neither are they going to watch all 100 of, you know, the people that they've done, or tenth of the thousands. You don't know how much they've done. Like, don't do follow for follow. It is bad, and it doesn't build up genuine audience. It does not. You will never have that if you do that. It's a shot in the foot.
Yeah, and sponsors, if you get to that 10,000 mark and you try to get a sponsorship, and you only get 32 views, they will just terminate your account.
Exactly.
For suspected botting and stuff. Like they have high-end analytics that determine this sort of stuff. They know.
They always know.
Yeah, and so really, all it's self-gratification. That's all it is.
But I mean, again, we're speaking on this on like general terms. Like this applies to everything. If you're on any social media website, don't do any of that. Botting or follow for follow or sub for sub or whatever you want to call it. Don't do anything for anything. You know what I mean? Unless you're talking about like playlist for playlist. That's another thing though. Like if we're talking about YouTube here real quick, I'm gonna bring this idea. Okay, imagine you're doing a YouTube video, right? One thing I would really highly suggest, you're doing a collaborative video and you and your friend are playing the game together and stuff, and you do a series of it. Well, what you could do is he can make a series from his perspective, you can make a series from your perspective, and then you feature his playlist on your channel and he features your playlist on his channel. See what I mean? Like it's a playlist for playlist. That helps you because you're bringing your videos and stuff to other audiences. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, a part of that too goes into the whole like, also don't like your own stuff on social media. If you are being your brand and you posted something that you enjoy that is your creation, don't follow, don't like it, don't retweet it again. It actually hurts your analytics score. So the best 100%. Thing for you to do is to find people that are truly network with other people. Like that's how this works. You have to network. You have to have a team essentially of people that you work with. That's why main streamers have a couple friends that are also streamers that they partner with. They share content with each other, and because of their mass popularity, they don't need anybody else's help. There's no further network beyond the one that they've already established.
True.
But yeah.
Dirty Mike, do you have anything to say about it? You were pretty quiet there.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree. The only thing that and I'm kind of guilty of, is here on Caffeine is kind of doing the follow for follow, only because you can see where everybody's at. Like you get to see who's watching who, and I feel like that's addicting. It's almost like the old lady looking out the window, at the neighbor, like, because I don't do that anywhere else. But for Caffeine, it's all like, man, I want to add this person just so that at the end of the day, if I hop on, I want to know who's all watching you. That way I can. So I feel like because we get that privilege, it makes it too easy to do here.
That is true.
Or just the word follow, because it's different. Like, it's kind of like a burden on YouTube because you have that sidebar and all those people are there. So like, I don't want to have 100,000 whatever, because then I can't find the videos that I want to watch because now all these other people are there. But when it's follow for follow, like on Twitter or Caffeine, it's just too easy to do it because there's no
consequence.
I'm gonna get on this Brawhalla thing real quick.
All right.
I'm gonna fight all the bots.
All right. You do that.
By my lonesome.
Hold on. I gotta probably. Well, no, I can't exit this match. So after this match, you can totally get in there.
But yeah, so I mean, in that aspect, like I said, I'm not guilty for it for wanting more people or to build like my ego. It's more like curiosity because I just want to know who's hanging out where, type of thing. For
Personally, it's all
networking.
about the ego. I just want to see big numbers.
For sure.
Yeah, because you do see a lot of people that have 1,000 people, and then you look and they only follow 10, and you have the other way where they're following 10,000 people and only have 1,000.
Sorry, TNT, I missed that. Okay, go on. Sorry.
I was kind of reading what he said too.
Oh, okay.
But it's nice to know. I guess you're walking into a stream that people are going to be there that you can talk to. I mean, yeah, I've gone to a couple of Caffeine streams where like the content creator isn't talking. So it's just nice to know that there's other people, or it's just an easier way to make friends, I guess, because you know who's hanging out in which one.
That is true.
So I guess that part, because it's there, makes it too easy. But yeah, I definitely agree with not doing it anywhere else, because yeah, it hurts you. It doesn't help you at all, because then eventually you're going to look at the numbers and go, why aren't people here? And in the back of your mind, you really know why they're not there, because they were never there to begin with.
That's true. And like, again, I just want to bring home the point that it can potentially hurt Caffeine in itself if you do it. I mean, it's a fact. We've all done it at some point as content creators. I've done it because I thought it might be a great idea. Hey, this might help out my numbers and stuff. But then you realize slowly down the road, I did, but not for YouTube. I actually realized that on my Twitter. And that was a really terrible mistake I made on my personal thing. But I learned from it, and I didn't apply it to my YouTube, thank God, because that could have been really bad. But I mean, I learned from that, and that's the thing about YouTube too. That's another thing. We were talking earlier about how YouTube can essentially be a learning platform for streamers who want to be serious about it and stuff like that. YouTube's a great learning platform because in a way it's a boot camp, so to say. It tells you what you can do, what you can't do. And if you do it, you get a copyright strike, which is terrible. You don't want one of those on a YouTube channel because then you lose all chance of monetization and whatnot. But it's also a place where you can build up an audience. You can do all this stuff. And if you do the right SEO and stuff like that, you can get discovered very, 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 very easily. It's insane.
Yeah, for sure.
And I went to classes for that. I went to so much stuff to learn everything I could about YouTube SEO and stuff like that. And then at the end of the day, when the Adpocalypse 3.0 or whatever number we're on right now hit 2 months ago, I was like, you know what? I'm going to try something new. I'm going to go off this platform and go on to something a little bit different. See if the grass is greener on another side, so to say. And that's when I discovered Caffeine through a friend, and they told me about it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try Caffeine. It's new. It's fresh. Maybe it'll be better than YouTube. And I've loved it ever since. I've streamed like pretty much every day ever since. So, yeah. I mean, I've applied a lot of what I learned from YouTube to Caffeine as well. For example, the affiliate links and everything else. That all I learned from YouTube. Go on.
No, real quick. We had a comment in the.
Oh, did I miss another one? God, I'm terrible at this.
Mine is talking. Miney, I don't know. Whatever your name is.
Yeah, it's a confusing name.
And you haven't told us yet. But if you're following people, you can see them actually in the chat, like down on the bottom.
Yeah,
on the right, you can see how many people that you are following or are following you. Or can you see who is following you? I think it's only people you are following that you can see.
I can see in the chat people that I'm currently following. There are a few of them. I like Darkset, Dapper Cat, Noob Television. Those are the three ones that are watching. What?
It's Darkest.
Darkest.
You call him Darkset all the time. It's Darkest.
I do that with Dodge too. I do that with Dodge. I call him Dodge. And I'm like, Dodge, what up? Welcome to the broadcast. By the way, the room number is open. If anyone wants to play the room, you can. I can get rid of these bots and you guys can play together, and this will be all about you. The room number is 89921 if you want to play.
If anybody wants to
Alright.
fight me, I'm going in.
Yeah, Dignified Rain is going in. I just have the bots here for filler.
Can we set them all to like hard and then
Oh yeah,
put
definitely.
them on teams, and Hannah and I will ham on the bots.
Oh, bam. All right. Let's see what you guys got. So,
That's a great question.
That is a great question.
Fantastic question.
So how do you stay motivated with no views? Honestly, for me, I don't know. I get views a lot nowadays, but when I first Caffeine, I barely had views. But oh God, that's a tough question. That is a tough question.
If I may,
Go ahead, Viking. Yes, please.
if
I'm
you're
trying
trying
to
to stay motivated without views, honestly, the best thing you can do is find a reason to stream for yourself.
That is
That
true.
way, if
yes.
no one's like, yeah, you love having views, love talking to people, but if no one's there, you have to have the reason for streaming anyway. And it should be the same reason why you started in the first place. For example, the reason I started was because it's very therapeutic for me. I enjoy it. It makes me happy. If there's people in there, great, cherry on top. But I'm happy regardless. So that's how I stay motivated. But everyone has their own thing, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. I also feel pretty
You're not
strongly.
a spammer, man. I'm
pretty
sorry.
strong- No, you're good.
I had to clear that up.
You should. I think that if you're live streaming, and especially if you're a new streamer, also record for YouTube at the same time.
That would definitely be a good thing for sure.
Because then you're entertaining the now audience and the future audience, and that will keep you going forward. I think personally, if you have the hardware to do it, definitely do
it for sure. I agree, because like not only are you able to, but then again, it does take a lot on your CPU. That's basically why I stopped broadcasting. Really, Dever, you stopped? I haven't seen you in a while. That's why I haven't seen you in a while. I thought I was just missing you. Dang it! All right,
But that also kind of has to do with like if you use the proper programs, they will integrate. Like if you're streaming on Twitch, then you already have integration to YouTube at the same time. I think Caffeine has its direct like role in the live streaming community. I think right now it's still a bit young, but honestly, you know, it just doesn't have the proper structure in place to really be a full-time committed streamer here. I think that people should be streaming on Twitch as well. And because so here's the secret, really. I think that if you have a good Discord server, you know, you have a good community homepage, whether it's a website, Discord, whatever it is, that community is going to follow you wherever you go, or at least a good part of them will. So to me, honestly, I just don't see the reason to, like, I don't know. Right now, Caffeine's too little for me to recommend people stream here only. But also because of the integration with OBS and Twitch and YouTube, you can definitely get your content pushed directly to YouTube as soon as you're done streaming. And, and also you can set it so that it's on private so that you can go back and edit it before you push it live on YouTube.
That is true. That is one thing I did like about YouTube when I was live streaming on YouTube and stuff like that, is that I could go back, edit it in the YouTube app if I really wanted to, but a lot of the time I didn't. But I did.
There's definitely better apps, but
yeah, no, definitely. Like HitFilm, love HitFilm to death. HitFilm is the editor program that I use.
I use DaVinci personally, but
well, yeah, no, I got you. DaVinci is pretty good.
What's that?
It's all what?
Power Director, I love it.
Power Director is great too. It's a good one. Definitely a good one. Like I've used Power Director. I've used like almost every single freaking video editing app there is. Like because I wanted to be a film director, I was always trying to find like the cheapest, goodest, you know, whatever, goodest is a word, don't judge me, you know, video editing app for free that I could find. And like, for me personally, I like HitFilm. It's just easy for me to get, and it's all in one compositing software, which is amazing. Lets me do chroma key, lets me do everything. That's the one thing I really like about it. And I mean, DaVinci does a lot too. I've heard a lot of good things, especially from like websites like Film Riot and whatnot. Corridor Digital, you know, I've heard a lot of good things about DaVinci, but at the same time, I guess for me, it's just a little too complicated, but that's me personally though.
I'm actually curious to hear from the people that are watching if having all this information readily available to you on like text format would be useful, like our recommended programs and stuff like that.
Would you guys want a PDF file or something like that of that? Because I know I collect PDF files like that all the time. I really truly do. Do you guys want a PDF file of our like recommendations or anything like that? Let us know in the chat. There is 11 people in this chat. I know you're there. I see you. I see you. I want your opinion. I think everyone's just watching the game. Well, if you're going to do that, why not just recommend it to Caffeine itself? I could blog it, boys.
Blog it.
Blog it.
We should. I mean, there's such a tight knit community. I think that it might be good to have kind of a community blog.
That would be kind of cool. Yeah, for sure. I agree. Community blog would be amazing.
We can make
Just
it
start one up
happen.
for
We have the
Caffeine.
resources.
We have the resources. I feel like that one scene.
We have the technology. We can do it.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
for sure.
Directly quoting, what was it? Not
$1 million man.
What?
$1 million man.
Oh, I thought you were referencing to the RoboCop.
No, you're thinking $1 million man. We have the technology. We can rebuild.
We can rebuild. Okay, so on to the next topic, unless anyone else wants anything else to say about it.
A boot.
All right. Moving on. All right, so we talked about ideal ways of monetization. We talked about monetization itself, and then we talked about advertising. What is something? And we talked about follow.
Hey, whoa. Chat needs to calm down a little bit.
What's happening?
Whoa, what? Okay, you got Chaos Overwatch banned from Trevor's. Wait, whoa! What?
Chaos Overwatch is banned? What happened?
I didn't ban him. I didn't ban anyone. I haven't banned a single soul. Chaos Overwatch, I literally have just been watching the chat. Like, not watching the chat exactly, but like I've been trying to multitask here. You banned him from your YouTube streams. Oh! Did? I don't know. I only temporarily banned him. He should be fine, but I don't stream on YouTube anyway, so all I do is this. But we'll talk about that later, Hellhound. We'll talk about that later. All right, so moving on. What do you think Caffeine can definitely improve on? What is something that you guys think Caffeine could definitely improve
Reliability.
on? Reliability, says Viking. Explain a little bit more on that. And then I
have to refresh 20 times to get a stream to work when I'm on the computer just to watch it, just to see it and hear them at the same time. You gotta fix it before you do anything else. Don't
That is true.
Don't monetize anything. Make it work first. No matter how great your product is, it has to work.
Yeah. Also, greater profile control, because
yes, we were talking about that before too.
Yesterday, that if the profile has less characters than Twitter, like a tweet, that's sad.
And see, that's where
for sure.
I believe it was Chaos Theory was in here and was talking about, building the platform, that wasn't important. Well, that's important to us, the ones that are bringing people to your platform. So you should be worried about what we're kind of wanting and not so much what, you know what I mean? Like, we're the ones that are bringing the people. And that's where when he said that, I was kind of like, and then Viking made the thing about how hard is it to open up 500 more characters. Like,
okay. I didn't see that. I didn't see that in the chat. If I saw that, I would have explained my side of it too.
Nice.
Yeah, no, he said that it was something about, that wasn't a main concern for them or had nothing to do with like, wasn't a main thing for the platform. It's like, but it's for us. Like, that's what's going to keep us here because we can, sell ourselves and stuff like
That's
that.
true.
So that threw me off. I was just like, it can't be that hard to add some more characters.
No, I honestly don't think it can too. Profiles are definitely important. Yes, Keely, thank you. Profiles are amazingly important, especially if you're like a content creator or anything like that. It's something we're thinking about working on. Oh, do you work at Caffeine? Are you a Caffeine employee? If you are, please let us know. Yes, yes!
We have so many questions. Awesome.
So many questions.
Sure.
Keely has saved the day. Okay, we're not bashing on Caffeine, by the way. This is just our recommendations. Okay, we'll see what I can answer. Okay,
I like how timid Trevor got there just for a second. He's like, hey. We still love you. We're just
no. I was gonna say that regardless, but
criticism is good. It's how you get better.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, for sure.
This is not something
Constructive criticism.
Yeah.
Just criticism.
So, anyways, no, but the thing is, like, we as streamers need a way to advertise ourselves. If your platform doesn't have a way of advertising or anything like that, not advertising, sorry, monetize. If we ourselves don't have a monetization way or way of monetization ourselves, yes, thank you, Keely. We do need that description to be a lot longer, or at least the description underneath the stream itself. That could be a really cool thing too, because then people can just go to the description rather than doing one more click. Because let's face it, people don't want to click on another thing to go see something else while they're trying to watch you stream. They want to watch you stream and be like, oh,
separate window for your profile makes things kind of
differentiate yourself. I mean, because if you can customize, especially if we could get into like
yourself and make it, yes, definitely,
like,
Keely,
like HTML sort of like script control, something basic like that, where we can implement, actually design the profile just a little bit more.
Yes.
Even if it wasn't available, like even if it's still just the drop down profile, I mean, having like a banner link or something like that would be so important to us. So
yes, for sure. Oh my gosh.
Because it helps you just, you can use your brand, you can become brandable. Currently, Caffeine doesn't allow. There's just no way for you to really show off that,
What about enabling editable broadcasting software like OBS says Hellhound? Edible broadcasting. What do you mean?
Sure.
I'm kind of confused what he means. So explain.
I think it means editable, like you can change a bunch of stuff.
I know. I was about to be like, I was getting hungry.
Editable.
I mean, I love edible.
Oh no, we understand. We understand completely. Keely, again, we do understand that we are just, giving our recommendations as people who have come from other websites and stuff like that. Like I'm from YouTube and I'm used to YouTube's way of doing things, but I'm not saying you have to be YouTuber. I'm not saying you're going to have to be the next Twitch or whatever. But this is just kind of some things that we think that would be better for you. Again, it's not we're experts on this or anything like that. At the end of the day, you guys are the final decision makers. You guys are the final, website designer and whatnot. We're just excited for this platform. We're excited to be here, and we want to help in any way we can. And if we have to, tell you a few things or, be like, hey, you should do this thing, we're only doing it because we love the platform so much. Right. We want it to succeed. Right?
Oh yeah. Love it.
Definitely.
Love it.
Love it.
Yeah, I mean, curating any sort of content. I mean, if the platform isn't suitable for it, it's just there's no good way to get it out there. So, I really like to see all the streamers coming together and debating about what topics we think are critical to the community. And I think for like profiling, definitely is something that would bring the community a little bit closer and also help distinguish people from the crowd. Mm-hmm. Though I think, the other things we're working towards is trying to broaden how many people are on the platform. But I think that a lot of that is going to come from the streamers themselves, the proper SEO values and things of that sort. But right now, there's just not enough.
And
to really to solely stream on Caffeine, but that's the hope. Everybody wants to be here now.
Yeah, for sure. Whose voices I'm hearing right now?
That's Dignified Rain.
Yes, yeah. That is Dignified Rain. We also have Canadian Viking say something. Go.
Hi, what's up?
There we go. Bam. That's Canadian Viking, and then Dirty Mike. Say something.
This is Noob Television.
Wait, you're Noob Television?
What?
Really? You didn't wait. You knew.
Hush. Yeah, no, we knew. No.
You're Noob Television?
Get out of here.
No, are we serious?
Yes.
You're awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, no, I am.
Good to meet you.
I don't think that might have been my bad.
That was my response yesterday. I was like, oh, that's
yeah.
MTV,
I had no clue it was you.
Yeah, no, it's just a matter of having a persona and having a community. Just keeping it.
Sorry, I should. That was my bad. My bad. I should have mentioned that to him. I'm sorry.
Yeah, everybody's probably like, "Who the heck is this person?" Like.
Now we got to refer to him as Noob Television for the rest of this.
I know it's so easy to, and I thought about when I got into the voice chat, getting on that profile.
Yeah.
I'm just so used to using this one. Sorry.
No, I got you. All right. So, okay.
Maybe towards the end, Hellhound, if we have time for Q&A stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so we gotta get into the next few topics here for sure. Gotta get back to create. So, okay. Okay. One more thing, Keely. One more thing. Just want to say hi. All right. Thank you so much for saying hi, Keely. Honestly, thank you guys. Also, guys, don't forget to hit that follow button if you find anything we've been doing entertaining or interesting. Yeah, I'll be back. Okay. I was just gonna quickly say, what do you guys think we should? What do you guys think for caffeine to prioritize? What would be something that you think would be a thing they should prioritize first? Should it be monetization? Should it be the profile thing, or anything else?
Well,
Functionality.
Definitely functionality before monetization. Monetization should literally be the very last thing to be implemented because, again, Streamlabs is not going to be your priority source of income anyways. So having that monetization implementation into the program just isn't necessary yet. We need to see more functionality to allow us to expand our audiences and growth in the community and bring more community here.
yeah, and like we were talking yesterday, like the small things, like things that could probably easily be fixed too, was the colors. You know, when Trevor sees us talking, it's blue. If we if we directly talk to him, it's orange. And then if we directly talk to each other, it's orange. But if I talk to you, Trevor sees it as blue. And sometimes when you're in the heat of the moment, like you look over and you start reading it because you think it's directed to you. There should be a third color so that the streamer knows that people are carrying on a conversation, even if it's gray or well, I guess gray is for people that you're not, following. But it's just something to where you can look up and go, cool, those people are talking.
Yeah, for sure. Having more text colors or being able to control or differentiate the text a little bit better while live streaming, I think is super important. Absolutely.
But I mean, like I said, that's something really tiny. I think could be a real quick fix. That could make a whole world of difference. Like I said, just the silly small things. See ya, Keely.
Keely! Sorry, I'm trying to deal with the user right now.
Everybody get that like button. Smash that like button on that buy. Send Keely some love.
Yeah.
Smash it. Oh wait, I gotta tab out. There we go. Boop.
You guys are wrong. Thank you, Keely. I'm like way more interactive on this, but I just like I don't want to interrupt anyone. I don't want to do anything like that. Usually, I'm way more loud and obnoxious. You can ask anyone here.
So I talk a lot too. So if I'm taking up time, just tell me to shut up.
No, that's not it at all. I just don't want, like, you have a lot of useful information, like information than what I have. So I mean, I love listening to you. Like that's why I was on the phone with you like for 2 hours or no, what was it, 4 or 5 hours yesterday? Yeah, that was insane. That was a lot of fun. I like hearing about that kind of stuff. I like learning about this kind of stuff. And that's the thing too. One main thing you always have to do when you're trying to become a streamer or anything like that is you have to open your mind to learning and try to think outside of the box. If everyone's zigging, you got to zag. You got to be different because there's so much competition out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's saturated. It really is. It's a saturated market.
Yes. So you gotta always be thinking outside the box. Now, next topic, real quick, like. So we did. Wait? Did you say anything new? Noob television or no?
Yeah, you talked about the color control on the.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, the profile size and color control.
I'm really glad too that Keely was here to hear that because I think that's something I would like to see before.
Unfortunate.
Profiles almost.
True.
Just to help anything to help the streamer connect with the stream should be done first.
Yeah, no kidding.
And Keely, I mean, she said that they're working on some pretty big stuff that they think that we'll really enjoy, and I think that's good. I don't think that they're going to monetize too early. I don't think we need to worry about that.
Yeah, and with other resources like what we've talked about, for the first 2 hours, I mean, you don't have to have platform money at this particular moment.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
And then how Viking was saying was stability.
Time to start developing I mean, if you want to be a part of Caffeine and you want to grow with its streamers, become a streamer, now's the time. We need more streamers that are willing to put in the effort. And in honesty, the network is fairly small, and so people are competing for stream time. And there are some streamers that stream together through their little groups. Like you've got you got Buggy Boys, you've got what's the other groups?
Oh god, there's Buggy Boys,
Resolute.
Oh, so you want
to thank you. Resolute and Absolute. There's also Isn't there like Buggy Girls now too?
Yeah,
I thought-
they have their own thing. I can't remember what. Oh, there is another one that I have seen pop up, and I can't think of.
Like we're
Yeah, I can't remember it either. Like I'm thinking
Wherever.
of it too, and it's like on the tip of my tongue. I want to broadcast, but I've never done it before and don't know how. Well, Natasha.
We're going to be setting up. I'm definitely going to take the opportunity here to say I am going to work on a small streamer 101 like setup and completion guide to getting squared away. I think that the community would benefit from that information. But if you really want to know, you just Google it.
Definitely. Yeah,
Look
Google
on
it.
YouTube.
Yep. Or well, hey, Noob Television though. Noob
Right.
Television's always there to help out new streamers and whatnot.
That's true.
You have anything you want to say about that? I mean, I gotta help you out. You're in here as well.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what we do over there too is like the beginning part of it, not so much the end game or whatnot, but try setting up people like we have it set up to where you can either stream under the brand name to protect you from the craziness of doxing, swatting, and all that, so that way your personal information isn't out there, people can't find you. We show you, like I have alternatives. I have a $250 mic setup, and I have a setup with the Phantom 48. It's like $34. They both, in comparison, I mean, yeah, one does sound a little bit better, but it's like I have a way to say, hey, if you're on a budget, buy this mic. It comes with the arm, the XLR cable, everything for $34. You can't beat that.
Yeah,
And it's like,
which one is it?
it's one of those deals where everybody just brands their own stuff on it. I think
It's
it.
like the new.
Well, you
or
have
whatever.
you have newer. I think was it Exilion. There's a couple other name brands, but they share the same stuff. I bought the
Talking
one
about
because
cheap mics.
yeah.
Yeah, my cheap microphones. You can get it. I mean,
Oh.
super affordable.
There's a lot of them. There's actually a lot of options. I kind of like the Yeti Snowball. That's actually a pretty good cheap one.
That's usually what I recommend as like if you're wanting to spend a little extra money. Yeah, that's a really great start.
Here's something else. A lot of people will see other streamers using it. I'm going to tell you right now. I use the Blue Yeti.
That's what I have as
And,
well.
I personally think that the Snowball is of better value and usage for just like, the streamer.
Yes.
This is a
That gas
condenser
station.
microphone, and it literally picks up everything. That you could hear a cricket fart. I mean, like it's everything.
Uh,
man. You can hear.
Vlad, the reason why I'm playing with bots right now, well, I'm actually not playing
There's an AR here for you.
in the background, but if you guys want to play, again, I will let you play. Like this is all about like you guys and stuff. If you guys want to play, go ahead and play. Like I can make it so you can get in here and verse the really hard bots.
But yeah,
Or if you want to verse yourselves.
I might have to switch over here in a little bit and get on some of that Brawhalla.
Yeah, Brawhalla
Oh.
is my jam. I would also like to see us maybe try to start doing some more community events, maybe community leagues, maybe
That could
do
definitely be awesome.
caffeine. Well, because I think that it's fairly easy to get the tournament set up and squared away. It takes literally seconds. But if we
Mhm.
can get a small committed group to doing maybe a weekly tournament or something like that, we'll see higher
Oh, yeah, sure.
turnovers and more people coming to the events from outside. And it's just more ways to get people in. I think as streamers and community
Can you hear me,
members
Panda?
alike, we need to do
Yeah,
more to
I can hear you.
expand caffeine.
Exactly.
Yeah, sorry, I'm
so
in
that
this
it can
podcast, so I
be
can't really
what we would,
talk.
that we see it as,
you're
right?
right.
Or like the potential it can be.
But I'll
Yeah,
look at
I
the
mean,
map
that's,
and
that's hugely important.
follow you around
especially
and
for
stuff.
The growth of anything. You want to build up the community, and the only way to build up the community is by showing people, bringing people in, and being like, hey, they, kind of like Dirty Mike. He had a great example. How yesterday he actually showed some people that he knew about my stream, and he was doing he wasn't doing a what. I'll let you explain the story. You're better at explaining the story than me. But essentially, he showed someone my stream because everyone kept asking him, to play some Brawhalla. And he's like, well, why don't you try checking out this guy? He plays a lot of Brawhalla and stuff like that. And that's that. It's simple as that. You know what I mean?
yeah, and
for sure, it really is. It really is.
But
And-
what were you gonna say, Dirty Mike?
I was saying, yeah, that's just where, just letting people know, because you only can entertain people for so long, and they're gonna go somewhere, anywhere, and it's like, why not recommend them to your friends, to people that you enjoy watching, And that's kind of, what you said. Someone was talking about Brawhalla, and the only person
Yeah.
I could have thought of was you. And I was like, I go over there, I play it. That's what got me into it. You should just wait around and check the, stuff to promote, Dad. And he's
Yeah.
going to post something guaranteed in the next hour. And then sure enough, you posted, he jumped in, and, that's where it is. Everybody's spreading the love because unless you're going to stay up 365 days, 24/7, like, you might as well put everybody in good hands. And that's where, us, getting together and I guess collabing, Discord collabing.
In a sense. Yeah. Discord collabing. I was gonna say, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. Now I forgot because I'm sure to remember last. God dang it! But I mean, it's that's the thing. Networking, collabing, and doing that kind of stuff is always important. Oh wait, I remember what it was gonna. You
Week
like
1 and week
the
2
Brawhalla
complete.
streams because Trevor's number one hit single, right? Right?
Yeah, I come for the music.
It's the number one hit
I do as
single
well.
on Caffeine. My name is Trevor.
Yeah, I think it's hilarious that it definitely your
Sounds
style
like
of.
Oh,
I'm really
definitely.
glad. Incorporating fan-made stuff into your
Hey, Mac, after this one, I gotta go.
regular stream life,
Okay.
I think is helps build that bridge of trust between streamer and watcher.
and fan, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing though. I'm all about my fans. Like I'm all about. I don't even call them fans. I call them more family because that's what they are to me. And like that's the thing. They're family to me, and I want to provide them with the best content I can possibly, and I want to do as much as I can for them because in the end, if it wasn't for them, if it wasn't for your family, you would be nothing, right? Exactly. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So I mean, like, without the people who are watching you, you're just guys streaming online with no one watching you. Like that's all you are at the end of the day if you have no one there. And I mean, it's good to have fun and stuff like that too. You always want to treat your fan base, your family as best as you can because they are what, help you in the long run. And without them, you're just a guy streaming on the internet.
Right. Yeah, I think it's really important that we learn from the examples of the people that are in the community. Like don't Logan Paul it, guys.
No, don't. Oh God, don't. Oh my God.
Don't fall into your own like fandom, I guess. Make sure that you are aware that your influence can affect other people and all that jazz. So, but Trevor, how do you feel like how much time do you spend as a streamer watching other people stream?
Repeat that question, sorry.
How much time do you spend, do you think, watching other people stream beyond your own? Like, do you feel like that's an important part of the learning how to become a streamer process or the networking process? How do you feel about that in general?
I do feel like watching other people's streams. I have watched other people's streams. I definitely watch these streams a lot of the time, but I personally haven't watched many streams lately. And that's been kind of like I've been planning some things in the background, got some things going on, and trying to do a few things, and that's just because of time. But if you're starting to stream or if you want to stream, that is definitely I would recommend doing. See what they're doing for monetization, see what they're doing for like a whole bunch of different stuff. Study them, analyze them, try to figure out what they're doing right and what you're doing potentially wrong. Not saying you're doing anything wrong, but you know what I mean. Learn from other people. It goes back to being open-minded and learning. That's all it's about is learning. You need to learn how to do everything, how to get the right light and how to get the right exposure, how to get, where to advertise, where not to advertise, where to spam, where not to spam. Not promoting spam, but I mean, it's just all that kind of stuff. You got to learn from other people.
So for people who have like social anxieties, I think it's really important to know too that you don't have to have a webcam to be a successful streamer.
That is true.
Especially or video producer at all. There's some really famous YouTubers like Frankie on 1080p or whatever it is on YouTube. Yep. He's a great YouTuber, and he doesn't use his camera at all, but he provides quality content. And I think that I don't know, everybody has their own style, and you're gonna have to develop your own as you go along. But I for me personally, I've always thought that watching other streamers is part of the job.
Oh yeah.
Like, not just to mimic or learn from them necessarily, but also to network within your community, find fellow streamers that, do stream jams and stuff like that, especially when you're new.
Mm-hmm.
Try to participate in events, see if you can help, join a charity jam or something like that.
Yeah, but actually take part of the charity too. That's the main thing.
Sure.
Like don't just ride on the bandwagon. You want to, if you're going to promote the charity and thing, and if you're going to do the thing with the charity, you got to actually do the thing with the charity. Don't just be like, "Oh, I'm on the bandwagon."
Yeah.
Oh, geez. But
Yeah.
Oh, go on. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say definitely get in there and mingle with everybody and watch.
Mhm.
I mean, because even here on this platform, I rarely have used it yet.
Yeah.
But it's like I'm well known because I'm just watching everybody, like that's how you're
Yeah.
gonna build. But yeah, you definitely need that as a streamer, is just to not stream. Especially starting out, you need to watch people too and ask them questions.
Yeah, definitely. Always ask questions. I don't own a webcam. For me, it's not essential to be seen as a streamer. I mean, I agree. You don't need a face cam. I do it because personally, it's just something I like to do. I like to kind of wave my arms around. That's half the enjoyment of, watching my streams. You see me act, well, not act, but you see me like be very expressive because that's who I am as a person. I'm a very expressive person, especially with my hands, kind of like what I'm doing right now. Yeah. But, yeah, exactly. And like, a lot of the time I've done derp faces. I've done a ton of stuff. And like, I have had people literally make emotes of my derp faces, and it's great. It's funny. I love it. I embrace it because like, I don't know. That's one thing I really like. I like people when I like people when they make stuff. It's just, it's sure, I guess a compliment. Sure. Like it's the biggest compliment ever. Yeah, some people are naturally expressive, and that makes it part of the show. Exactly. You know what's up, Nick Brand. You know what's up. I mean, that's just, I don't know. That's who I am as a person. If it was just the audio, all you would hear is me screaming all the time, and you'd be like, what is he, why, is this guy funny? Right. How do you get Streamlabs to sync with Caffeine in order to start streams? Basically, it's all done through OBS.
Yeah.
Right? And then you capture whatever is on OBS's studio screen. That's how you do it. That is all.
When you set it up, it's a little weird because you actually have to make sure your OBS is sized properly. And
yes.
If you're used to using OBS, it won't be such a big deal. But for new users, I do feel that
it is a tad tedious.
They should probably have a tutorial on their website, Caffeine itself, to how to integrate.
They do have a tutorial on YouTube.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, but it's hard to find. I will say you have to be linked to it.
Yeah, for sure.
No problem. John Pond Jones. By the way, welcome. How are you doing? Okay, so next topic, unless anyone else has anything else to say about this current topic that we're on.
No, I think we thoroughly killed it.
Sweet! We killed it. It's dead now.
Killing it.
All right.
Hey guys, I'm actually going to hop out of Discord. I feel I've contributed everything I'm going to, so I'm going to get back to my games, okay?
All right, sounds good.
All right. See you later, man.
See ya.
Bye.
For everybody, that was Viking dipping out.
Yep, that was Canadian Viking. Be sure to give him a look-see and stuff. He's a great guy and wonderful streamer. Be sure to check him out. He is awesome, and he's just, again, a good guy. Like, he's awesome. I couldn't recommend him enough. Okay, so
top community content from him.
Definitely. Yeah. Okay, so what do you think we as streamers could do to help Caffeine?
Yeah, I think that a big part of the success of Caffeine is going to be based off the streamers and the viewers alike. But honestly, it comes down to like, we need to do more for the community, right? The community's so new right now, and there's so little amounts of it that we need to work on bringing more people in. And I think the only way to do that is to target more hot content as well as advertising. I mean, broadcasting, definitely having a steady stream schedule. So that we can guarantee there's going to be somebody in that slot,
How dare you?
And that's why I think that big networks are going to have a big future in Caffeine and things like that. Being able to definitely have constant streamed content, and that's going to be most important, because if there's nothing to watch, no one's going to stay around. And I think that there's so little streamers right now that some of them aren't. They're trying their luck out on a platform that it's actually fairly complicated to use because of its lack of I guess lack of features makes it really hard to like be a decent streamer on. But I don't know. I think that we definitely need to be doing more in our part to promote and outreach to the communities to show
Yeah.
them that there is an alternative service that has a way better community, and we're going to make it a lot better
100%.
together. Like,
Yeah.
we're not going to allow Twitch activity on in our community. You know, it's just not. What's up, Ian?
Oh, there it is. Hi, Tom. I was gonna say
pistol.
hi, Tom, but I had to sneeze. Oh God. Okay, I'm alive. So no, I agree 100%. Like, that's the main thing. Like, we need to do our part as streamers. We can't just expect to stream every day and be like, oh, we're gonna get hundreds of thousands of followers because we're streaming every day. No, that's not how it's gonna work. This is still a baby site. This is still, like Keely was saying, infant stage site. We need to do our part to try to help it grow. We need to do our part to give, our inputs and stuff like that, and recommend things to people and do a whole bunch of things.
Yeah, and especially because of their growing business model, I think that eventually Caffeine will definitely recognize the people who have stood out amongst the crowd to do recruitment efforts, to do advertisement and that sort of work. So I think that the best thing that people can do now is work on, if you're streaming, you should also have a blog. I'm going to say this again. You should also have a blog.
You're a little quiet or close to the mic, man. No,
Right here. Right here. Guys, please.
Hey guys.
Make a blog. Please make a blog.
Make a blog, please.
But
Hi, Natasha.
It's going to help you out. Oh, my caffeine went black.
No.
Yes, it did here too.
Oh no, my computer's freezing.
It's dead, Jim.
No.
Can you guys hear?
Wait. Caffeine has stopped working. Okay, hold on. Close
Okay.
program. Dang it. I got this. I'll just put the regular
mark here. I'm gonna start running.
Nope, not that one. So, anyways, hi guys.
Well, I'm still recording.
Okay, good. Okay, well, hi.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find my.
I figured I'd let you know just so that you don't want to pull like that behind the camera stuff where you're like, oh, blah blah blah.
Mother flipper flapper. No, I'm kidding.
We're still here.
All right, here we go. I'm opening up Caffeine again.
For sure.
You broke it. We broke it. Breaking records
So
here.
far, so good.
There we go.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. We'll stream again. All right, here we go. Bada boom.
I was actually gonna ask if we were recording, so I'm glad that Mike is on it.
Hooray!
And
Okay.
Edis.
It is starting the broadcast. Say hi to your fans. Hello, we're back. Sorry, it's super technical difficulties as per usual on Divide and Conquer. This is why I'm saving up for a better PC so that my computer can run a whole bunch of stuff. What up? How's it going? All right. So if you guys want to join, by the way, we're live. Yes, we are live. If you guys want to join, the room number is 89921. If you guys want to join, this is a community stream. I know I'm not currently playing, but that's because I'm trying to talk to you guys and give you guys the best information I possibly can as a streamer. But definitely listen to my good friend Noob Television and my good friend Dignified Rain. They are also really amazing and good people and whatnot. Okay, so I just got to get rid of this thing here, and bada boom, we're ready to go again. The room number is 89921 if you guys want to join, by the way. Okay, so back at it.
What we as streamers can help Caffeine.
Yes.
And pretty much it was, we have to advertise,
Yeah,
It's
really,
not a free ride.
Yeah, and that's the reason why I was recommending creating a blog. I mean, if you just regularly post about what games you're playing, even just embedding your, hey, I was on Twitch, here's my leftover video, or you can embed your YouTube video, whatever it is. You're creating links that link to other places, and if you do strike gold, you really do the community a huge favor by saying, hey, also check out my Caffeine profile. And people are like, hey, what's Caffeine? Oh, it's an alternative stream source. And it's definitely should be used, I think, for things where watching tournaments. You want to see a live tournament, a 1v1 live tournament. Like, I think that we could do broadcasting and make a really fun event out of something like that, like Brawhalla or something.
Definitely. Oh yeah, no. Like I get a lot of people who just they've never heard of Brawhalla, but they instantly download it because they want to play it.
It's so good. It's great. It's a very good game for being absolutely free, and anybody can get into it. But that is true. And so, like, as a gamer and as a new streamer, you wouldn't have to focus on games that are expensive. There are lots of free games, and some of them are worth the laugh. Like they're so
definitely.
bad, they're hilarious.
Definitely, kind of like what is it? Shark Dating Simulator was worth a laugh. That's for. I have that on my YouTube channel. If you guys want a cringe video, go check that out. I do voices, everything. It's great.
But yeah, but if you're developing that back end, you're already kind of establishing yourself as you learn your brand, you're blogging, you're deciding what's good and what's not, and you really it helps to go back and reflect on your identity, like who you are broadcasting yourself to be. That's where tools like Grammarly come into play.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Just start streaming. The stream went down for a little bit and we just brought it back.
Yeah, it went down for a second because my computer's a piece of crap. Big pile of potatoes. So I had to basically restart the stream. Sorry about that, guys. By the way, I want to throw that out there. That's what the computer upgrade bar is for. We're trying to get to that goal. Once we get to that goal, I'll be able to get a much better computer and do some stuff. I was wondering because I just got an email. Charity broadcast. Thank you, Nick. You are awesome.
Thanks for that.
That my man. All right.
But also, if you guys have any questions, just drop it in, and if we can get to it, we absolutely will.
Absolutely.
Your feedback is crucial as you are a member of this community, and we're trying to have a community discussion about how we can make this place even better.
No, definitely. Yes, we are definitely. That's the thing. This is all about the community banding together and being like, hey, this is an idea. This is the thing that we think you should improve on, because we are, at the end of the day, again, it's kind of like for streamers and viewers, streamers are Caffeine's viewers in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
well, yeah, because the viewers make us and we make, it's just that tier system.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's all about that kind of thing. So we were talking about how essentially we can help Caffeine in the long run. Now I got to find that list again because after our little mishap, I kind of clicked out of it. Okay, there it is. So we talked about that. Anyone else have anything would like to say about how we could potentially improve or help Caffeine?
Well, I guess besides being, spreading the word is keeping the people. It's a platform that prides itself on, zero latency to where you can talk to people instantly. Take advantage of that. Don't be, don't have people come in and not greet them. I mean, that's the whole purpose of the platform. So not only do you have to push to the world that, hey, Caffeine exists, now when people come in, you have to keep them. Talk to them, engage with them. I mean, that's what it's there.
Right.
And
Natasha,
and preventing the content as well.
Yep. Natasha brings up a good point, and so does Nick. And I'm going to get back to Nick's question, but I'm sure not Natasha's thing. Share it with people in your daily real life. That is absolutely true. I make that joke all the time in my streams, but I actually mean it. It kind of comes off as a joke though, but I'm like, share it with your friends, share it with your dog, your cat, share it with everyone you know. And then, except for owls, don't share it with owls. That's the one thing I ask. But that's just because I have a personal phobia of owls, and that's the main joke. But then Nick also brings up a good thing. This place has come along at the perfect time. I am just getting started. That is awesome, Nick. I'm glad you're getting started. And you know what? One thing I'm going to say: the hardest step is getting started. Like, I think that's the hardest step for anything. Like, I think we all can agree on that.
Yeah, for sure. I think though that like, there's so much information out there now that is relatively easy to do. Also, welcome to Caffeine. Welcome to the community. Thank you for stopping in, Nick. I really do hope that that you find your place here. And I do think at the very beginning, we were talking about
monetization all that kind of stuff.
and how to get started. I think we are going to have this video up on the YouTube.
Yeah, right. I think. I'll tell you the room code in here in just a second.
Yeah, so when we get all that figured out, what you can do though, if you really want to keep up to date with the community, Nick, if you go to the very top, click on the mini profile that is divide and conquer. It's a little blue circle, and go down to his full profile. You will get his Discord information. We'll be dropping that link later. Definitely should find the information that you're looking for. I think that there was a lot of good, valuable stuff at the very beginning of the stream that you might have missed.
Yeah. Are you guys seeing what these? Okay, finally they attack.
Yeah. The bots are being absolute garbage. Yeah.
I'm just sitting here like, why haven't they killed her yet?
The code is 89921.
Yes.
89921.
I would love to have some human players in here. For sure. Bada boom, dark side. So yeah, again, guys, if you want to join, the room number is 89921, 89921, like Dignified Rain said. All right. So as I was saying, oh, there we go. We got another one. All right. I'll let you guys go up against the bots because I'm trying to focus on talking about this. If you guys want to join, go ahead and join. I'm Hella, by the way. Oh, okay, Monk's Runner, gotcha. So, what were we just talking about? My brain already forgot everything. God dang it. This is terrible.
But I guess Inky just brought up a point, too, that he felt that the ban list was a little intense.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can kind of understand that, too. But I think right now they're trying to be more of a... they're trying to take a page from YouTube in the way of... I mean, it's not as bad as YouTube's. I mean, God, let's talk about YouTube for a second, Tom. I mean, you know what I'm talking about, right? Guys, I mean, Yonder Simulator shouldn't be banned. But then again, it's like, that goes into like demonistic rituals and stuff like that. I mean, it's a joke. Yes, I know. But at the same time, you know, there are some iffy things, iffy topics that Yonder Simulator does dip into. I do understand from like, but then again, they're not doing ads. So they don't really have a reason other than the fact that they want to be family friendly. You guys know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that with time that more things will be allowed. I think right now, because it's so critical that they do it absolutely right to not destroy the community. Mm-hmm. And I think that they're just gonna very slowly go through the pre-approved. Right now it's banned, but I don't know if it's gonna be like that forever. I think that as time goes, it'll become a little bit more open of a system. But right now it's critical for them to, you know, to make sure that they do it right the first time around, because they can't afford the second time. You know? No,
they really truly can't. Yeah. I mean, it may sound like a lot when they have 49 million or something like that, but in reality, like in compared to Twitch, Twitch, who's backed by Amazon, who has an unlimited resource of money and whatnot, and then what was it? YouTube backed by Google, and then what was it? Mixer's backed by who again? I forget. Microsoft. Thank you. Yeah. So, I mean, you know, they all have unlimited resources where Caffeine only has the 49 million. And I know it doesn't, like when someone says that sentence, only 49 million, it's like, man, I wish I had 49 million. But to a company, that's nothing. Like to a company, especially like Caffeine, that is nothing.
Do they
because that goes by so fast. I don't think they did. I think they got sponsored by someone, if I remember correctly.
Well, see, I mean, the
ESL Gaming, that was one of them that sponsored them.
Oh yeah, nice. Mm. Well, yeah, I mean, they have the platform in position, but really, if people don't pick it up, then it can't go forward, and it can't, you know, I don't know. I'd be curious to talk to Caffeine and see if they would be behind doing like a sponsored, you know, event, a sponsored tournament or something, because I think that the community is designed for immediate response, so you want to see the action as it happens, you know.
Well, you know what would be really good for Caffeine, like in sense of growth, and this is something that I'm kind of actually good at too, is I honestly think they should do a lot of influencer marketing. Now, if you look on like every creators, or not creators, but if you look on like certain YouTubers' Patreons and stuff like that, usually somewhere in there they have a tier called "I'll do whatever you want," right? Okay. And that is a huge thing. Don't ever truly, I have that on mine. And if someone did it, I would be legally liable to actually do, essentially, in a sense, whatever they want. But that's like, I have that at a way high tier, can afford it for a while. But essentially what it does is it makes it so that a person who wants them to promote their brand, they could do it for only $100 or $10 or whatever, however much you have it set. So, for example, there's these two huge YouTubers called Corridor Digital. You guys know them, right? Everyone knows Corridor Digital. That is in film, right?
Right.
So do you guys know who I'm talking about, Corridor Digital?
Yeah, I mean, I am familiar with the name.
Okay, cool. Great. Awesome. What about you, Noob? Noob?
Oh, hey, I've been talking forever. Must have hit the mute button. Yeah, no, sir. No.
Okay, you're not familiar with them. They're basically like two film YouTubers who have made like a ton of video game short films and stuff. They're really cool. Highly would recommend check them out. They're great. I've never done any work with them, but if I could, I would definitely do it because they're from Minnesota for one, and two, got to represent my home state. And they're just awesome people overall. What?
So you gotta represent the state and whatnot.
Gotta represent the state. But no, they're really cool. They do a ton of cool visual effects, video game short. They're great, like awesome people. But they also have a video game channel called Node. And what's really cool and the potential is for $350, they offer a thing, one-on-one access where, you know, you could talk to them about stuff and whatnot and do whatever you want. They'll do whatever you want, so to say. Instead of doing what Caffeine could do is have them do a live stream for $350 about their site, as opposed to doing a deal with them. That would probably be a lot more money because, I mean, let's face it, Corridor Digital knows what they're worth, right?
Well, sure, but in this, what I meant by like sponsored event is like if they on their own broadcasting went to like a tournament that we organized and they were the main like.
Oh, okay.
Like they were providing the media coverage for the event.
Yep.
You know, like that would stuff like that, bringing the community together a little bit stronger, but also having them participate because it's just as equally as important that their members of, you know, their business are also working in the community. Because if not, then there's going to be a distant relationship between the streamers and them, and that's not good for anybody.
And that's why I like that they, you know, they get together and stream to where we can get in and kind of talk to them a little bit. And
yeah. For sure.
That threw me off. I was like, wow, they actually do it too, you know, just to have that personal level.
Definitely. That's
like
something they need to do.
Yeah, I just think that like because of the way that it's set up, I think before Mike, you were talking about there's somebody on this platform who uses it for cooking.
Yes.
Like that's amazing. That's a way to like communicate with people immediately. You know, people can ask you questions about what you're cooking, what you're doing, and
like what recipes and how to do it, how long to do it for, so forth and so on. You can answer those questions like that instead of waiting 3 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. But like, and I think that that's the type of platform that Caffeine is currently catering to. I think so, yeah. Immediate live stream interaction, but. I don't know. I think that we as streamers and members of the community should be doing more to pull everybody to the same place for now, because there's not a whole lot of. I mean, like at any one time, there's only like 20 streamers, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, and it's going to be a great platform as it grows, but right now, you know, we gotta focus on what it can do.
Yeah, and I think that's hugely important as well. Like we gotta help out where we can, and Caffeine's got to help us out as well in some ways. Like that's leading to the next topic too. Like, what do you think Caffeine can do to help out its streamers? And like you were saying, you know, they got to get into community events and do a whole bunch of stuff and stuff like that. That's definitely a huge thing. But what else do you think they could do?
Well, I mean, right now they're so early that it's kind of a privilege for them to have us use their own system. Like they're pretty fortunate that they have a pretty tight community that's working, I guess, beside them. And so they need to be like, if there needs to be somebody on their team pretty much during peak hours of the day who is, you know, dedicated to watching streams and finding out what's going on in the community, and, you know, to make their program a better place and show that they're present, you know, show that they are watching, even if you don't think about it.
And I mean, they do kind of have a little bit of that where it's like, you know, some people tune in every now and again.
Yeah, but it'd be also good if they were to share your broadcast, because they have, you know, 5,000 or 10,000 subscribers or whatever it is. Like that. If it's good content, they should be endorsing it. They want that content. They want that popularity, but it doesn't seem like they've put any effort into trying to keep the streamer.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you a little bit on that, because like I actually I just remembered this too, and that's the only reason why I'm gonna bring it up. I was actually in one of their articles that I think they wrote, maybe, possibly, they had my face and stuff, but they didn't credit me, which is sad. But I mean, hey, not nothing against them. Hey, I got my face on the article. That's all I care about at the end of the day. But like, I just thought it was the coolest thing ever that they actually did credit me, and that's one of the reasons why, too, I'm staying on the platform so much as well, because like I got a little bit of credibility. I got a little bit of something where I could be like, hey, you know, this site actually acknowledged me as a person and streamer on its site. That was really cool and something that I really truly, you know, liked. I guess that was one of my main, like, I saw the light at the end of the tunnel type thing. I was like, oh my gosh, this is awesome.
Then they should do some sort of like weekly community spotlight where it's like a post about what you might have missed throughout the week. Like, hey, they were in pretty much every day. Somebody was, their job is to watch what's going on. Hey guys, so-and-so made this achievement. This is what happened. We had this many consecutive viewers on this person. You know, like they should
Noob.
Some sort of way to interact more with the community. And because there's no written content really, like
no,
they don't publish very often, and they're just missing out on potentially, you know, growing their platform. And I know they're really focused right now on trying to get some of the key features done, but I also think that they're missing out on
some of the other key features as well.
Yeah, well, like on the other important sides, like you're building all the foundations for a platform, but you're missing the actual like bread and butter.
Yeah, like you're missing some of the main ingredients. You got all these ingredients to make a cake, right?
Right.
But you're missing the flour.
Yeah, or the tin.
Or the tin, yeah. You're missing the tin. Exactly. That's a good analogy. We're gonna put that on a shirt. You got all these ingredients to make a cake, but you're missing the tin. Just have like someone. That should be a shirt.
We'll just have you. We'll have. It'll say that on the front and on the back. It'll have you with your hands all out and yeah, exactly. we can make that. We can make that happen.
That is amazing. I'm gonna talk to Kat, the Black Cat, see if she'll draw me something or something. We'll see. Oh my god, that is awesome. But like, yeah, no, they have a lot of this stuff, and I think in the long run too, and that's another way we can help Caffeine is by telling them, you know, some ideas of ours. That's the whole reason why we're doing this broadcast right now.
For sure.
Is to help them and be like, hey, you know, there's this thing that you can do to potentially, you know, maybe make it better for everyone else, you know. And I mean, again, we're not experts. Like, well, I'm not an expert. I'm not an expert. I don't know about you, Dignified Ray. I think you're an expert on like SEO and things.
Oh no, no. The guy that you want on your team is Darkest. Actually, he's hidden in here in the chat. That's who you really want.
Yeah, I see him. Really, is he good at it too? Like, he's never said anything.
This guy's he's good. He's all web focused. He's a good guy for that.
Darkest.
He's being sheepish. I see he's waiting for his opportunity.
Waiting for his opportunity to strike. Hit me upside the head. Bam. Trevor, here's a knowledge bomb. Kind of like the whole end of freaking God of War. Oh my God, that knowledge bomb.
Everything that I've learned from all of this is just from YouTube and Google and trying it and failing and trying it and failing and trying it and failing. You find out what works and what doesn't work. And I've done it so many times now. I'm just not in the place for me to like capitalize on it, but I really do prefer, I think, just helping other people set up their streams. That's kind of my niche.
Yeah. And like I said, it's all about learning too. You got to be open-minded to learning. If you're not open-minded to learning and trying new things and trying to get things going, then by God, you're not going to be successful as a streamer. You're not going to be successful as an entrepreneur, which is essentially what we're kind of doing by doing this. You know what I mean?
Oh, no, you absolutely are. And that's actually a really important point. People, if you're taking money from other people and you're providing services, you're a business and you need to get your licenses for that. No sheep. I'm not joking you. It's really important as you start growing and you realize that you're making money. You need to be a proper citizen. Everybody on Twitch who's infamous has a business, and it's really easy to get done. It's pretty cheap. Normally it's around $50 to do to at least get your business license,
or at least a DBA.
Something. Yeah.
I mean, that's the bare minimum.
Yeah.
So wait.
Exactly. So, and it needs to happen.
Hold up. So what if Trevor said that he was not had this thing called a business license yet? Would you guys hate Trevor?
Nope.
No,
because nobody knows. Even like as a business owner, not video game business. Like every month I learn something different. Like something silly, let's say as an example, it's free. Like if you want to find out where Walmart is or Taco Bell, you put it in
Yep.
Google and it shows you where it is. You can look at the website, you can find directions.
Oh, okay.
That's
Gotcha.
free. That's free for anybody. And I didn't even know about it. I had my business open for almost a year. My friend's like, "Aren't you on Google?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"What do you
Why
mean?"
aren't you on Google?
But yeah, like if you type in my business name, it gives you all that stuff, and it's like nobody knows.
There's like a whole Google Analytics suite too that helps you to figure out what all stuff you need to get done to help you rank on Google and all that other stuff.
Okay.
So
So
yeah,
that's
there's a
part
lot
of
of
what I
things
don't know.
I mess up too. Every time another month goes by, someone mentions something dealing with my business. Oh, I never knew about that. So yeah, but now that you know,
No, definitely. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna look into it for sure.
Yeah, so-
And that's another thing too. That's another thing. Like, if I wasn't streaming right now, I would be having this exact same conversation with these guys because like they know stuff I don't know, and maybe I might be able to help them with something they don't know.
For
You know
sure.
what I mean? Like that's the thing. This is networking. You're seeing it live right now. You're seeing us all network and like talk about things and helping each other out. This is what you need to do as a streamer or content creator. This is important.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just want to drive that home really
No,
serious like.
No, and you're right, Trevor. It really is. I mean, the networking aspect,
Mhm.
you're not going to make it by yourself. It's it's not
No.
going to happen.
You can't for sure. For sure.
I mean, building up that network takes so much time, and there's people who have the information that you're looking for readily available, and all you have to do is
Yes.
ask. And it doesn't hurt. I mean, when you were talking before about sub for sub, no, that's not a good technique to do.
No.
But sharing each other's content is beautiful. Like, if I don't know, I've helped plenty of people, and have just asked that you drop my name. Like that's enough for me. And most of the time you're gonna get grade A quality stuff. These people have been doing this for years, and I mean, Canadian Viking's a great example of
Oh
that.
yeah, no, definitely.
He was on Twitch for many years, and he knows, like he knows what his experience was there. He came to Caffeine for his own reasons, but
Yep.
he went through 4 years of trauma with Twitch to be able to figure it out. And you could save 4 years of time just by networking with him,
Yeah, no, definitely. And like he has a lot of information too. I've learned a lot from him. And I mean, he may not know it, but I have. And I've
Right.
told
Don't be afraid to work with other streamers. It's
Yeah.
a fierce competitive environment, but there's
Mhm.
no reason why,
you
the
can't make
knowledge.
friends.
Exactly. And the knowledge isn't a secret. It's all over the place.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's just a matter of like someone might have looked at an article that you haven't.
Yeah.
Like
for real.
someone may be able to understand something better than you do on something. Like
Or have a
I've come
better-
across that so many
better
times.
tutor or something. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, like, always network. That is the biggest tip I guess I could give as a streamer. We're almost out of time, by the way, guys. So if you guys have any questions, anything you want to ask us, go ahead. Sadly, we're not going to be able to have time to do voice Q&As right now, but we are. If you guys have any questions, please do ask them. We're open up to anything you guys want to talk about. Meanwhile, while we're waiting for people to comment about that kind of thing, what is the biggest tip you could give to someone who's starting out as a streamer or content creator?
Be teachable.
Be teachable.
Be teachable.
That's a good
First
one.
and foremost, if you're not teachable, you're never going to make it. Like if you can't learn new things from other people, if you're unwilling to compromise on your own opinion, there's just no place for you here,
Okay.
I mean, really, truly, be teachable.
Okay. Hellhound asks in my Discord, what if we added a rich presence to Caffeine? Not quite sure what he means by that, but I'm thinking like content wise.
You still have to go deeper than that. I don't
only thing that I know when I hear rich presence is like Discord, where if you're playing Fortnite, your information pops up in Discord, and people can actually join your Fortnite through the Discord. That's the only thing that I know. It could mean something else, but like Xbox just got in with Discord to where kind of like PC, if you're playing Brawhalla in Discord, it says you're playing Brawhalla. Now Xbox
true.
is going to have this ability, and maybe
the same thing.
and Twitch does too. If you're on Twitch, it says you're streaming. So maybe that's what he
awesome.
means by rich presence, or that's the way
Maybe.
that I would take when I see that.
Right, I see what you're saying. I wonder if that's what he meant, though.
Yeah, let's say that's the only thing that I know. So
Okay.
Right.
So what's the best tip you could give Noob for people who are starting out streaming or making content?
I mean, I guess my biggest thing that I didn't do right off the bat was people want. It's like Game of Thrones, Walking Dead. It's TV. You're entertaining people. People have schedules. They will move their life around a TV show. They will move their life around you. If you have a schedule, people will show up. But if you're going to do it at 3 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, you're going to lose your viewer base that way because they don't know what you're doing. Like if you have a schedule, that's what I think is key. Being able to let people know when you're going to stream, even if it is various hours. Yeah.
Consistency. Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Being teachable and having consistency. What about you, Trevor? Your number one top.
God, number one top. Honestly, I guess my number one top is be genuine, but be who you are. Like
Be you.
genuine and be you. Yes, be you. Be genuine, but at the same time, also, you know, network. Definitely network. I guess it's those
yourself.
Yes, and don't be afraid to network. Like those are my 2 tips. I can't divide those into like one tip, but be
also,
genuine and be able to network.
Don't plagiarize.
Definitely not. Definitely don't. Definitely don't.
Don't copy other people's content. Don't even make it similar. Reword, do everything on your own.
Yes.
Like, if you like an idea, roll with it, but make it your own. Don't copy somebody else's work because it makes you look like a schmuck.
Yeah, no, I agree. 100%. Wait, are you guys still there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're here.
Okay, sorry. It just went like really quiet for a second. I'm like, oh God.
I was soaking it in.
Soaking it in. Yeah, and then Nick says, that's a great tip. I am like a sponge for advice. That is awesome, Nick.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, when I work with people and just talk to them about like setting up their websites or whether it's trying to help them figure out what appropriate affiliate marketing would be for them or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I mean, really having the ability to just shut your mouth and listen sometimes is the best ability.
Yes, and I've been doing that throughout this entire stream because I'm trying to absorb this while, like, I'm learning with you guys, right, from these guys. These guys are awesome, and they know their stuff. And I mean, like, I know some stuff too, but I would say they definitely know more about this than I do. But what?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, you guys are awesome.
Thank
Well,
you.
thank you.
Yeah.
You're amazing too.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you.
enjoy your presence. That's
Hooray!
But don't be afraid to challenge it though, because people are going to tell you stuff, and you got to dissect. You take it with a grain of salt, but still listen.
Yes.
You know.
I mean, you gotta try your own things too, because that's the part of it too. You gotta feel your way around. Like if someone tells you to do something that you're not comfortable with, you don't have to do it, but try something in the similar vein, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's something too. That's definitely interesting. But that is pretty much all the time I have for today. Thank you guys for joining us. Definitely check out Noob Television and definitely check out Dignified Rain. They're cool people. What up?
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah. And thank you so much for joining the podcast. I will see you guys on Monday. Bye.
Later, guys.
See ya. Yay. Oh wait, let me turn mine off too.
Yay, everyone.
We're-
Yay, we did it. Broadcast. I mean, I kind of messed up mine though. I still feel like I messed up on that one part. I wish I said that better.
You're fine.
Yeah.
I think that the information's there. People just got to listen to the whole thing.
Yeah, and they got to be like, Trevor's just.
I
nervous.
am actually sorry, Cheese Gaming.
I think it was fine. I think that
I've been rolling for
because of
3
the
hours,
webcam, it shows
and,
nervousness a little bit. But
we were actually doing a
that's part of
podcast,
your show,
and I'm
I
actually
don't know, man,
hopping
you're a regular
off.
dude, and that's relatable.
If you want to add me,
And I think that
I will be
showing
more than
those-
happy to play tomorrow
I don't want to say
in the
flaws, but,
evening,
you
or I
know,
could play later
No,
tonight.
they're flaws. I get it.
So if you want to add
everybody goes through that shit, but
on
I'm
Steam,
talking
it's
about
just
real
Noob
emotions,
Television.
real-
yeah.
everything
without a space, I
make sure when
believe.
you're on stage, it's a little
And I'll
bit
be
different
more than
because
happy to
need
play with
push
you
that extra
a little later.
little bit.
Or if you have
But-
Discord, you can hop in the Discord, and
Yeah,
I'd be
I
more
don't
than
know,
happy
I
to add you then.
I thought that it was a fine
I'm
stream.
so sorry. Like I said,
No,
we've been
it's a
streaming
fine
for
stream, no
3
big deal, I'm not
hours,
saying
and
that,
it was a
just-
whole podcast
Again,
stream with like
I'm a
Brawhalla
perfectionist,
and Fortnite in the
so,
background.
when I do something wrong,
And
I
you can
start
still
beating
hear them
myself up
talking,
over and
which
over and over in my
let
head
me
about it.
hang on.
Noob, finish the thing yet or no?
He's still there. He goes.
Yeah,
Okay,
give me
cool.
a sec. I'm wrapping it up, but I'll be there in
Okay,
one
cool.
sec.
Because I got something I got to tell you guys too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
something a little off
sorry
the
about that,
tip,
Cheese.
but-
I am so
Yeah,
sorry.
sure.
I'm so sorry. That's how it usually works. People pop in right at the last minute.
Did Canadian.
But
I
yeah,
wonder-
there's Discord. Go ahead
Yeah,
and hit
that
that,
was-
or
Gotcha,
just go ahead and add
No
me on
worries, no worries.
Steam.
You know,
Let me double check. I
this
don't
is
want to
between
steer you
us,
wrong.
Yes, gentlemen.
I do believe so.
It
as
is.
long as he's-
Give me one sec.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, give him 1 second.
1 second.
But no,
Just
I
giving out.
definitely- Okay.
I have some concerns about.
But yeah,
Viking.
it is Noob Television with no
Hold on,
space.
give-
Capital N,
give-
capital
give,
T.
Give him 1 second.
But
so that
I
we
will
know
talk to you later.
100%.
I gotta go talk to them real quick. Love you guys.
But,
See you later.
I mean, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something.
But you had a reveal for us.
Yeah, I do, but I have to wait until after I get 100%.
I think the show. I mean, great. We really